Welcome to Humpcast, everybody, the show where a couple of buds get buzzed, and know that you like that because we're talking about Mortal Kombat.
Hey, I'm Ryan D. Sorry, I didn't hear you say it.
And I'm Ricky C.
When you talk over, then yes, you get it.
I know I missed it. I'm sorry. I ate over your pun. Sorry about that.
It's all good. It's all good. I actually just came up with that on the spot because I did everything except for come up with that today. I even got some new sound drops because you know what? It's been a while. It's been like 4 or 5 years, and we finally
we fucking needed that one.
Nice,
dude.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
It honestly has been. I know Ricky, myself have both been on vacation. Ryan D has been living the fucking hard knock life over there.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. You know, I just wanted to tell everyone that
I love you and I miss you.
Classic.
Very classic. Never gets old, and I still love that. Some people just hate it. They hate that sound.
Yeah, I know. I love
it's
it.
Like one of my favorite.
Classic.
All right, everyone. So just like every episode, we start off with an alcoholic beverage of some sort. Today is no different. In fact, let's go ahead and
really
open them up, pour them out.
Oh, damn.
Start off with Ryan D. What are you drinking?
You know, I'm a classic American, bro. Okay, I'm just
Classic.
old-fashioned American, bro. Just living the American dream. So you know, I'm just drinking that Bud Light, bro.
Nice.
real American hero.
What's up, bud?
Nice.
Okay. No shame in that, Ricky C.
Well, I went to the liquor store today because I needed to get some alcoholic beverages. And this is the first time, or not the first time I've seen it, but
Mofo strapped, yo.
popped into my head.
Yeah.
Had to grab it.
Grabbed.
Saw it, had to grab it.
Bitch, what the
Smash it into my camera. This is actually the hard iced tea and lemonade half and half.
Yeah,
Arnold
that's the one.
Palmer.
That's the exact.
Wow.
One, that's the exact one that he hit the guy over the head with.
Oh, was it really? I didn't know.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, the yellow one.
Yeah.
So actually, I'm drinking Bud Light because I've been I finally got paid and I had to reimburse Doug, who's been stocking our refrigerator all week. So and Doug only drinks Bud Light, so I filled up the fridge with Bud Light.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
works. Well, I'm gonna turn this up really if I can find where the fuck I put it.
Yeah, but the real beer I grabbed though was actually this fuzzy Boomtown from Boomtown Brewery here in LA.
Boomtown's great. I love Boomtown.
FamCast.
Yeah, actually, I had to go to the West Coast and it was really good. So I'm excited to try a hazy from them.
Great.
Okay. Yeah, I actually have 2 drinks on deck too. Since on my trip, I went up to the ranch, which is by Kernville, for those who don't know.
So we got Rivers.
Kern River. And they also have Kern River Brewing Company there. And they have some stuff. You may have seen them around. I know they're in local liquor stores. They usually have their regular just outstanding IPA and their Class B stout, which is smooth as fuck. Love it. I found these at the actual brewery in cans, and then I have a bomber down there. But this is called Nanette Belgian Blonde Ale.
Oh, I've had that one. It's great.
Yeah, fucking delicious. It reminds me a lot of Delirium, actually.
I got that. I actually got that at the liquor store by your house.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think I've seen.
I brought it in back when back in the day when we were actually sitting in a room together and we were doing this podcast.
Nice. 2 drinks. FamCast says 2 drinks on deck. Garrett, you lush. Haven't been called a lush since my grandma called me a lush. So
yeah. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Have it on deck, bro.
It's been a while.
See, the downside with more sound drops is I only have a stream deck with only a certain number of buttons per page, and I have to go I have 3 pages of sound drops I have to go through to get to the right one if I'm not on the right page. Right. I'll just let me my second one right now so we don't have to just disrupt it, and I'm almost done with the first one anyway. This is the same thing. Kern River Brewing's Choir Loft. It is a Belgian style dark strong ale. And it has a lot of stuff to read. It's literally a whole paragraph. I don't know if you want me to read all that.
Wax seal.
Yeah, and it has the wax seal. This one's a 10.5 though. So this is the star of the show right here.
That's from Kern River?
Yeah. It's called Choir Loft.
You went to the deep, bro.
Nice.
I went to the deep.
Fancy as fuck.
So I'm excited the most about this because I got a 4-pack of the Nanette, but then this is just a bomber. So I was like, this is going to be the show beer, but might as well tell you both of them since this is my starter beer. There you go.
Nice.
So cheers, boys.
Cheers.
So I'm going to be taking a lot of pee breaks. A lot of pee breaks.
Because you're drinking straight water.
Yeah, just drinking water, right?
Yeah. It goes right through me. And I drink them very fast.
And if you're drinking with us, of course, in the audience, cheers to you as well. I know some of you don't partake in beer or alcohol, so whatever you're imbibing. Cheers to you.
Water is good.
Whatever, dude.
I don't have it on my board, but smoke weed every day.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So where do we want to begin?
Just so everyone, we took like a 2 week, 1 break, 1 week break,
Just
right?
1 week, right?
One week.
It seems like a long time. It really does because I'm so used to doing this, but also like. After the last show we did, I went up to the mountains, and then Ricky went to the mountains, and I just feel like it was almost like 2 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
And I miss you. I just want to mean,
I love you, and I miss you.
And I miss you guys in the audience, of course. Let's start. Okay, well, Ryan's gonna take the longest, so I'm just gonna start with mine.
it's not that long of a story, but I want to hear about your guys' trips.
Yeah, so I'll start off with that. I went up to the ranch, of course, like I said, by the Kern River, and it was such a nice time. I hadn't been up there in a very long time, and it was snowing up there. It had already had a big blanket storm like a week or two prior, so there was patches of snow, not a ton, but a good amount of snow. And then while I was up there, it both rained and snowed and kind of hailed. Like I don't know, but the weather was perfect. Yeah, the weather was perfect, like low 30s. And then sometimes it was a little bit higher. So I was sitting on my porch, wearing sweats, a hoodie, and like slippers just because I could, and just watching the precipitation come down because it was different. It changed. It was like rain, hail, snow. It just kind of changed whenever it was. But it was
being in a place where there's actual weather, like different than being at in San Gabriel Valley. It's like it's nice.
Yeah, for sure. Very, very nice. And then of course I did the normal stuff that I did when I was up there, except I was very happy because the people up there that work the ranch were all doing, following COVID protocols. And then whatchamacallit, there weren't a lot of other people there, so that was nice. I didn't have to avoid like big crowded areas. And obviously since it's not summer, we're not going swimming in the swimming pool or the jacuzzi or whatever. And it was pretty nice. You just say hi to people as they walk by. Everyone's doing their daily things, going on hikes, going fishing, going to the Kern, whatever they're doing.
Did you do any fishing?
No. My dad and our friend, because like what happened was our family has not really been together this entire since the pandemic started. So we all quarantined and got tested so we could be together. And this is like literally the first time that we all been around each other. So my dad went with a family friend who also did the same thing. He was there, and he's also an owner up there. So he went down and went fishing, and he was happy. I was like, everyone was happy to do their own thing, which is very nice because we as a family we like existing around each other, but we can do our own thing. Yeah. I've never been a big fisher, to be honest. I fish with my dad because he likes fishing, but I
do like fishing. I'm just not that good at it. I definitely would have gone with if I went with you, I would have gone with your dad to go fishing. I do like fishing a lot.
Oh no, yeah, I know you would for sure.
But I'm just I'm still kind of like I'm not like that much of an avid fisher, but if I'll go, like I kind of I know this much.
Yeah, I know the basics to get it in.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, if
fix my camera. Fishing's a lot better now. You can just drink while you're doing it too.
Yeah.
When could you do that? Because every time I've been fishing as an adult, I've been drinking. Is that not a thing you're allowed to do?
No, I'm just being like, when like growing up,
Oh, yeah.
Younger.
I mean, Ricky used to go with us when we were, growing up and going to, my dad would want to do, all day things. And we go on these treacherous hikes to go to these places to fish.
Yeah.
And now that we're all booze bags, it makes it a little easier.
Yep, for sure.
It's a fun pastime for sure. And I get it.
My dad used to always say, if you don't catch a fish, at least you'll catch a buzz.
Word.
Nice.
Yeah, we did that. We definitely caught buzzes for sure. I mean, I was up there with my cousins, and we all just chill. We play a lot of card games. They learned like some dice game that I was like, it was way over my head. But a lot of time we just spent in the actual cabin itself and just like kind of chilling.
Yeah, I learned how to play dice at my friend's house the other night. That was weird.
Like the actual just dice?
Well, it was like, yeah. Huh?
Does it have like a name?
Yeah, you just play dice. I mean, you
shoot dice.
It's just called dice.
Well, we all call it dice.
It's weird because I don't fucking know. Whatever. I was fucking hammered, so I don't even know. It's like it's like every time I learn how to play poker, I fucking forget it every fucking time because I learn how to play when I'm completely fucking plastered. So
yeah,
it's like it stays there for the night, and then that's it. It's over.
Mm-hmm. You have to get drunk again to remember.
Get drunk again to remember it.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it works. Drunk memory. It's a thing.
Yeah.
What
else did you get to do though out there? What'd you do? What did you go sledding? You fucking
No, it was very like I said, it was much more about changing scenery, I think. So like we kind of did a little, walk-arounds, not really hikes. I wouldn't call them hikes. They're not like trails or anything like that. We
just strolls,
and then family time. And then of course we went down to the horses. My cousin rode because she you have to have a special card that we don't all have. Like I've been around horses my whole life, but I've never actually taken the test to get that card to be able to just take a horse whenever I wanted to.
So you have to have like a little certificate to be. I assume it's like fishing,
Kind of, sort of, yeah. Like specifically for the property, like we usually like in normal times we can just be like sign up and we'll go on a trail ride since we all know how to do our shit. But because of the conditions with the weather, they were only allowing people with those specific cards. They call them trail cards to just go set up your own horse and do your own thing and whatever. And I've never done that because one, I've never been up there enough to really like be all about that. Every time I went up there, I was on a horse, but it was never like, I want to go on a 4-hour ride type of thing. And that's what the things that they were doing was they would go on like 4-hour long rides and stuff like that. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've never been bucked off a horse, but I know people that have, and I'm like, oh.
Let me tell you, that time I went with you guys, I got fucking close.
Well, it's so interesting bringing people up there because, yeah, like people do come close. My brother has been bucked off a horse, and like other people have been bucked off horses.
It's fucking scary, man.
Yeah, it's weird to me because I've been around them my whole life that I'm like, it's just kind of natural.
I think I've just like I'm past it. Like I'm really accepting the fact that like my body aches and I'm 30, and meaning like I'm not fucking around anymore. Like I'm not gonna try and ride horses. I'm done. Like it's over. My fucking prime time is over. Like I can't.
I put that horse now. I'm like paralyzed.
Like, why would I fucking start riding horses now in my 30s? Like what am I doing? You know what I mean? Like unless I have a death wish. Like, why would I do that? There's no possible way.
When's the last time you were on a horse? With me?
With you. And look, what I was like 19. That would have been the time to get bucked off a fucking horse. Now, if it happens to me, I got a broken spine and a ruptured spleen. It's over.
I don't know. If some people are just more interested in it like that. Like I love it. I think at some point I will get my trail card and I'll do my own thing. I will
never jump on an animal ever.
I do love riding horses, just not to the extent that like my cousin and my aunt do, for sure. So it's like it's never been that big of a deal. But now I'm like, okay, I kind of want to.
Well, here's the thing. It's not even because I don't want to say it's because I'm being boring. It's just because like I don't. Bad things happen to me. You guys know that. so it's like
I honestly can't fight against that. You have the weirdest luck.
And if I can avoid that with animals I've never fucking trusted before, then I'll be all right. You know what I mean? Like I'll have as much a good time watching anybody around me having a fun time riding horses without me.
Yeah.
Because I'm good. It's not like I'm not going to feel like I'm missing out. I'm going to feel like I'm safe. I'll drop you off to the horses and pick you up at the bottom of the trail or whatever the fuck, I don't know, but just I'm not doing it.
Yeah. No, I totally I get you. I mean, it's not for everyone, but like I said, it's something I've been around like my whole life. But I would guess now that would either of you get on a horse? Like, let's say, pandemic over, we go to the ranch and you guys are offered a chance, under supervision, of course. Would you get back on a horse?
I don't think so, honestly.
Ricky, you been on a horse?
I think I would. Yeah, I've been on a horse before.
Okay. I don't think I would. Well, I don't know. But also I buckle under peer pressure. I buckle under peer pressure really bad still. So
it's very true.
So if you guys were like, don't be a bitch, we're all doing it, fucking jump on, I'd be like, all right, fine.
If I said you're getting on this horse, we're taking shots of whiskey and you're getting on the horse, you're like, all right. That would happen.
Only if the horse gets one.
Only the horse gets a
shot. Do you want to talk about what happened the last time I fucking went horseback riding with you? How fucked up they give me the stubborn horse, right? The fucking asshole of the clan. And
you look like you can handle yourself.
Why? Why would they think I could handle it? So This dick face horse, he's going off the trail. I'm starting to freak out because like, he's just doing whatever the fuck he wants to do.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, they had to like, they literally had to send like the fucking cavalry to come get me to fucking like take him out because he was taking me in. Dude, he started just running down these hills off trail just to fucking go eat some shrubs and shit. And God, he fucking scared the shit. And I almost toppled over and fell over the front of him. And he tried to buck me 3 fucking times that whole time. I remember it vividly because I almost died probably like 7 times on that fucking trail.
Yeah, if I'm going horseback riding, I'm like, give me the calmest fucking horse you have.
No, yeah. Here's the thing. Here's
Creatures, they all have different temperaments.
They gave me the fucking different horse for like I don't know why they would think a first-time horseback rider would be all right to be on the fucking one with a temperament, you know?
I don't know.
Yeah, I ain't taking that ride.
1 second.
You got survival?
Yeah, I mean, the last time I've been horseback riding was like when I was a kid in Mexico, so it's been a really long time.
Yeah, I mean look, I mean,
there's no reason why.
my grandparents used to have us like do pony rides and shit like that. But fuck, dude, like that was my first time as an adult, like on a fucking adult horse. It was fucking scary.
Thank you.
Yeah, shit's scary for sure.
Yeah, I mean, anything scary if it's new, and especially now that I guess you could say we're older, and it's like you're just not used to it.
What I guess what I'm trying to say is my time to experience that kind of fucking behavior from and to me, he's a wild animal. I never fucking met him. So,
I've never met this horse. I've never shook his hand. I've never.
He's probably feeling the same way. He's like, "Who's this fat piece of shit on my back?" You know, like I can't. Yeah, I'm just saying that was the.
Ryan's like, "Whoa, horse!" And horse is like, "Whoa, Ryan."
It was like that's the window for me to do something like that. You know, now I'm saying that it's over now. We're not doing that. I'm not even taking a ride down fucking the the mule ride the way they do it on the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been,
What?
I've never been on a mule.
Well, we were when we camped at the Grand Canyon. Rick, you were with me. You remember that?
Yeah, I was.
We camped at the Grand Canyon, and the reason we couldn't do the mule ride was because my dad was too fat.
Yeah. Too fat or too heavy? Because he's also very tall.
Well, too heavy. He was like 280 at the time, I think, but he was actually pretty fat at the time too. So,
do you mind if I ask how heavy you are right now? Do you know?
245.
Oh shit, I'm heavier than you are. Well, good for you actually for being 245.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah,
I wasn't very happy when I went to the doctor. I'm like, really?
Yeah. I could be more. It's been a while. It's been a while since I weighed myself.
Wait for it.
It's been a while.
I think
I'm not gonna quarantine 25.
Yeah, I got the dude. Fuck. I'm not gonna admit how much weight I gained since quarantine.
As I've been trying to eat. Well, I've been eating a lot better, but I just drink a lot, so I'm just like drinking my carbs. So
yeah.
But I'm not eating carbs. I'm just drinking carbs. At least I'm trying not to. Yeah. I mean, if I'm.
Sienna said that somebody a couple years ago went behind her horse and they ended up getting kicked.
Oh shit!
That's another thing. I'm a fucking terrified.
Yeah, another thing. Yeah, fuck that.
Fuck that, man. Do I need another concussion in my 30s? Fuck no, I don't.
You don't sneak up on a horse. Like as long as you come from in the front and then like I'm coming around, you're fine. It's very simple as long as you don't. There's a child behind you.
I don't trust anything. I don't trust anything more than a dog. Any other animal can fuck off. Like a dog, I'll trust a dog, right? A dog can. I can have a dog roll up and pet it and whatever, and I know a dog's behavior.
Yeah.
But I can't be in a rink with any other animal ever. I don't think.
No cats.
Interesting. I love animals though, and there's a lot of.
So do I. Okay, never mind. I mean, goats are cool too, but they can be fucking aggressive too.
Goats? I have been hit by more goats than I have horses.
I love goats though, but goats they fucking headbutt you, but they're not.
They're assholes.
Yeah, they're really mean. But
yeah, dude, I was like, I would want to say,
they're just like tall dogs. They're not, they're not going to do anything.
I was probably maybe about like 5 or 6. So I want to say, like, I was young. I remember, and
we're gonna fight about goats.
we're not fighting about goats. I'm telling you a story. Then I was up at the ranch, and by the horses is where we had like a petting zoo style area, but they had goats. And I was like, very small. And then I went up to this goat, and I was like, "Hi, goat!" And he fucking straight up like backed up and rammed me in the chest, knocked the air out of me. I was like,
Yeah, they do that. Plus, you were probably a fuck ass kid. That's why.
Not to him. It definitely was.
That's making sense when you're a fuck ass kid. That's why he did that.
I'm gonna try this new beer.
Kid.
Ricky, how was your trip?
It was awesome. Like I wouldn't really call it a vacation because I still worked up there. For the most part.
You got to work.
Yeah, but I mean, it was like Garrett too, where like it was just really more about a change up in scenery. Since we've been at home for, almost a year now, so so it was really nice. Yeah, it was just really nice to get away, and it was in Idlewild, so it was like where Garrett the ranch is. There's a lot of fresh air and trees, and there wasn't. It didn't snow up there actively, but I think it snowed up there a lot the week before. So there was like little blankets like here and there, like in the outskirts, but there wasn't like a ton. But it was awesome. It was really fun. We had like a whole Airbnb, like it was basically an entire house to ourselves. And a big backyard, so we took our dog and he loved it. He was like he's actually really good.
Oh, that's cool.
Kobe.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Okay. I told you guys many pee breaks. I really gotta go. I'll be right back.
Ready?
It's all good.
Yeah, yes, dude. Yeah. And plus, I had champagne brunch before I came back. So,
no, that's not really that good. I was like, we're 20 minutes in.
No, I know. But I had 2 bottles of champagne before I got here. So,
go pee.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. So, tell me about your trip.
But yeah, so just we took our dog. They in that little house too, like it not only did it have like a huge backyard for our dog, but it also had like a little balcony in the back that had like a little like a sauna on it as well, which was awesome. Ooh. Even though like we could only really get into it like once we were like out of work, both of us. So it was like sort of like the end of the day where like it got like the coldest.
Oh, I was gonna say, but wouldn't that be the best? Like after work, you just go in a nice like sauna.
Yeah, so I mean, like getting into it was awesome. It's just like when you're getting out and it's like almost like low 40-degree weather. It's like you gotta like jump out and run inside, or you're fucking gonna be freezing your ass off.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it was great. It was just really nice just to get away and be around a bunch of wilderness and trees.
Yeah, that's good. And like one of the things, and for people like in the audience, I love camping. My least favorite thing about camping is the only thing I can't do, and that's fall asleep in a tent. It's just not a possibility for me. I've been camping all of my life, and I'll tell you, in all of the times that I've been camping, I have slept probably a total of 10 hours combined. Like it's not a fucking thing for me. So what I love about the ranch, and then I'm gonna ask you, I'm pretty sure you had heat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Idlewild, and then like that. That's the thing for me is like if I can go out and be wilderness do whatever and come back to a heated cabin and fall asleep. That's the only way I can really do it.
Pussy.
It's bro. I will out wilderness you except for the sleeping part.
I fucking highly doubt that.
Nope, 100%.
I highly doubt.
I rest. I will rest my laurels.
Okay, but the sleeping thing is fucking part of it. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not claiming
the sleeping thing. That is what wildernessing is sleeping out in the wilderness.
But it's not sleeping for me. Like I'll just be awake the entire time.
Okay. I'll be rested, ready to fucking start a fire, have some breakfast, get some coffee percolating. And
then if we go full wilderness, I'll be the one killing that breakfast and getting us the meat.
Okay.
If you're tired, bro.
I'll go fishing. We'd make a good team. You would just be the tired one.
Until you die of exhaustion, then I'm gonna eat you.
You're the one who'd be tired.
Then I'm gonna eat you. Let me I'm not gonna go. I was gonna start a cannibal conversation, but because of Army Hammer, I'm gonna not. Do that. I love it.
He just likes to fuck severed feet, bro. Leave him alone.
Yeah. Okay. No, I followed James Gunn on Instagram, and he did but one of those AMAs where they just like say, ask me a question, I'll answer it.
Yeah.
One of them, one of the questions was like, if you could eat anyone, who would you eat? Like whatever. He's like, I wouldn't eat anybody. But then it goes back to that first time I think we were all in the theater together watching Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, and it was just after on the podcast. I feel like there was a question about eating people.
And that's when we decided you were.
I said I wasn't a cannibal. I said I was like I would if I would eat somebody. I wouldn't want to. Like I'm not. It's like a choice of like I should eat someone today, but like if I had to, I would.
And then and then another time you guys gave me shit because I said I'd like to know what people taste like.
I don't think we did. I would never. I will put that down right now. I would never give you shit about that.
Whatever. Okay, you guys have to fucking just turn guns on me every now and then. When we already have these conversations, and then I say it, and you act like it's some wild shit that just never been heard before.
No, and then, but in Guardians of the Galaxy, like the running thing was that he's like, I stopped these guys from eating you. He's like, nobody eats people. It's not normal. And then I remember we had a full group of people. Every single one of you guys all turned your heads towards me. It's like it's not normal. People trying to eat people.
I do remember that.
Yeah, but whatever. We're not going to talk about cannibalism at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm just saying that I do love the
cannibalism. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. One of my favorite things, especially, was at night. Going out for walks with no light whatsoever. Like it's kind of scary, but I mean, like it's fun.
It's
like
prime.
Yeah, it is.
I love doing that. It really lets your eyes adjust for like the first time for like that kind of that, you know what I mean? Like I think it's good to let your eyes like exercise that kind of darkness,
For you city folks out there, I'm not talking about like just like not a flashlight and you get like some lights. It's literally like the only illumination is the stars above you, and that's it.
I get a lot of stars over here. I can actually see I can actually get the moon and the constellations and shit.
Nice. Yeah, I know. I walked down to the lake where there was no lights, and I just looked up, and it was just like an actual blanket of just stars, and it was beautiful. That's one of my favorite things to do. When I was a kid, I remember
that's awesome.
We used to play capture the flag and stuff like that. I was really young before I even met you guys, I think.
No, we did it one time. We did it one time. We did it one time. We found that dude in the fucking tree. Keith. His name was Keith.
Oh yeah. Remember that. But no,
and he didn't know we stopped playing. He was still in a fucking tree.
He was hiding.
He's still up there today.
But before that, it was like my brother's friends when he was like a teenager, and I was like very young. But I remember at some point we were all like going crazy, and again, like I said, the only light was the stars and the moon. This motherfucker tripped and like hit himself on a fucking log, and we're like, oh fuck, like what do we do? Like we just tried to keep him awake because we're like, I think he has a concussion. We just threw him in the shower and like poured coffee into his mouth.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, we're like, I don't know what to do. And I was like,
dunk him under the water for a little bit.
Well, wake up. I was young. My brother was probably like 16 or 17.
Jesus, I poured whiskey in your throat one time when you were passed out. That woke you up.
Yeah, probably. A lot of fun. And yeah, it's just like it's a childhood thing. I fucking love that place because of all the memories, and I hope to just like keep making memories. I'm very excited to eventually get back to a normal life where hopefully I'll just keep going up there, multiple times a year. And
I definitely want to go back up there. That was awesome.
Yeah. What are you holding, Ryan?
This new book I got. I picked it up today.
Oh, okay. I know. I've heard about it. I mean, so obviously,
this is part 2, but I kind of know what happens in part 1. So I wanted both of them, but they only had this one. So
for the audio listeners, what are you holding?
Oh, the Last Ronin. It's the Ninja Turtle story where all the brothers die except for one, including Splinter. And I'm not gonna spoil who it is, but if you're a video watcher, you just saw, I think. So, But yeah, and basically there's just it's him trying to avenge the death of his brothers.
Oh wow, sounds pretty cool. I never heard of that.
Yeah.
I heard about it a long time ago.
Yeah.
That it was going to come out. I think I linked it to Ryan. I don't know if you heard about it before, but either way,
Yeah, and he like meditates to kind of get in touch with the deceased.
Right. Hold on. Sienna says, honestly, I'm scared of cannibalism. Is that a big issue where you are? Or like are people hungry?
Beware the people eater.
like literally, I'm not making fun of you. I want to know, like, have you heard of cases of cannibalism around you? Because we were talking in the context of like, if you're trapped on a desert island type of thing, where it's like,
oh my god,
no food sources except for like I said, another person. Like, so it's a joke. We're not actually saying we're gonna eat people,
right?
But
however, if we were ever in like, that's where I'm saying like, if we were ever in a place where they were like, we got fucking people meat, I'd be like, damn, I gotta try that shit.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, I would have questions of where the people came from, but
yeah, I was going to say that. Like, you would just trust that. You would be like,
yeah,
no, well, it depends.
It's like the opposite of someone. It's literally like the horror stories are like, oh, we have the most delicious beef, and you try it, like, oh, this is delicious, and it turns out it's people meat, but it's actually the opposite, where you're like, oh, we got people meat. You're like, okay.
I'd be like,
yeah, and back there, like, this is actually just raccoon meat.
Yeah. It's funny. Okay, so you were talking about having like that survivalist, like, we talk about this all the time, right? Us three, we've had so many of like apocalyptic ideas, right? Or theories and what we would do and all that stuff, and so this dude who's my friend Javi's roommate, he's this guy. He's kind of, he's a little, how do I say, like, kind of not, he enjoys the finer things. He seems like a kind of a soft,
like people meat.
Well, just
he hunts people.
I don't. There's a word for it, but he's more of like he's very eccentric, and he's just kind of he's into the arts and shit, and he was trying to tell me that he would like outlast me in an apocalypse. And I was like, no. I'm like, guess what? You're dead, motherfucker, and you're my lunch. Like, I was like, there's no possible way. I'm like, and he was trying to. He's like, well, I could probably like lead a combine and blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, you couldn't. I'm like, where are you going? He's like, oh, like up in the fucking the woods of Malibu. And I'm like, you're dead. I'm like, you're already dead. Like, yeah. I was like, why would you do that? Why would you go straight into the woods without a fucking creek, without like any water, and plus like, I go, and depending on how far up you go, I'm like, the fucking elements are going to take you before anything.
Yeah.
True.
So we legit got in like a drunken argument over it, because he was just like trying to tell me he can lead a group, and I go, okay, fine. You can lead a group into death. Go ahead and do that.
100%. And like, especially in the earlier 2000s, where it's like the zombie apocalypse questions were very like high priority and stuff. Like I remember making these plans in my head, and every time I went up to the ranch, I was like, this is exactly where I would want to go.
Right. That's where you want to be. You want to be like kind of in a valley, I mean, it's not foresty enough for you.
No. Well, I mean, you might be,
but you're near the Kern River, so you can get fish.
I would be on a hill around the Kern River, so that there's actual elements that prevent, I guess, if we were talking about specifically zombie apocalypse, prevent those types of things from like coming.
And knowing all your entrances and exits, right?
Exactly. So you want to be and so you can defend.
Right. So I had a similar idea. But my idea was finding a ghost town near a river, because there's plenty in Northern California.
Yeah, but it's hard to get there. But yes,
sure. But this is where my this was my idea. I was like, we're gonna go to Nara and Tatas. We're gonna make sure they're okay. Okay, we're gonna get there, and we're taking a walk through the wash, and I'm taking a fucking pilot hostage. And and I'm gonna make him fly me to where we're gonna go. And then
Yeah. Okay.
that was my point. That was my and I'm like, that it's do or die, motherfucker. Like, whatever. Like, if we're in this apocalyptic world,
Yeah.
if you're not gonna help me, you're dead to me.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? So look, I mean, if you want to survive, you're gonna fly me to where I need to go. If you don't, I'm smoking you, and then we're still fucked either way, and you're dead.
Fair enough. I would actually say that. Yeah, there's a lot of different area or different ways that
But that was my point. Was this? It was like a similar situation. I wanted to go to, a northern western town, at least a ghost town, right, where we know no one's at. We can build our own kind of whatever. There's already there's going to be already a welling system that just hasn't been tapped into in a while.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
And you just rebuild the civilization there.
Boom. There we go. We got it, everyone. The point is, don't be around Ryan. He will waste you, and then he will eat you.
Look. If we're trying to live, bro. Speaking of survival, let me tell you about my weekend, okay?
All right. Yes, now it's turn. So I made a new theme song for you, and we're not going to say where it's from for spoilery reasons, but I made this, and I'm very proud of it.
Who's been messing up everything? Ryan D.
And that is now your. It's your theme song. Because I fucking.
Oh my god!
You have no idea how much I was laughing when I was making this.
That was amazing.
Do it one more time.
Who's been messing up everything? Ryan D.
And all I'll say to the audience is, if you know, you know. If you don't,
That was good. I need that.
I'll send you the file. If you want. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I want to preface this by saying, look, I have had a history of being a drunken, violent person, and
what?
and I want to say, I'm very much more patient, and I don't want to be that guy anymore, ever. I don't like it. I don't like when it happens. I don't enjoy fighting, and yet there are times that it's been my fault, and I'll fucking I'll sit there and appreciate a good ass whooping for when I need it. This wasn't the case. Just to give you so there was a guy. So I do Doug's podcast. I help him produce it, and I met this dude a few months ago. Around football, and he was a nice dude. And so I told Doug, like, hey man, maybe we should invite him back and do a podcast. And Doug was like, that's a great idea. So we had him back, and he was a great guy, pleasant dude. The podcast is up. I put it up, and we had a great time doing the show. But it was almost like I blinked and he was just another person, and my mom happened to visit me with her friend Jerry, and he was a wrench in the engine of a pleasant night, So it was like he just kept arguing with people, saying really offensive things, and was kind of fucking every other conversation up, and just interrupting people and being a real fucking asshole, So So he was already getting on my nerves because my mom had told me that he had like said a few really like, concerning things to her and shit. And so, but I kept my cool. I wasn't really, I had, like I said, we already kind of had a relationship. So like, I was just trying to, at some point I went, hey man, maybe it's time to lie down,
Mm-hmm.
And, I see, this is where this always happens is like when I get in these situations, I black out. Like, I don't really know exactly what happened. I just remember the act and I remember the cool down, and that's it,
Mm-hmm.
So if I can put it together, it's basically like Doug went to bed. Doug's fucked up. They're all we killed this whiskey bottle. And between those two, they put a huge dent in it.
Wait,
And,
when was this?
Saturday.
Oh, okay.
And I have a couple people here that I know, plus my mom and her friend Jerry, and this dude is just bothering people. And so I finally go, hey man, like maybe you should lie down. I know you're gonna crash here, like, kick back. And he's like, well, and then he kind of like challenged me like he could outdrink me and shit. And it was like, that's not even what I'm saying, dude. Like, you're fucked up. Lie down. Like you already almost fallen over so many times. But then he just started talking shit to me. So then I just kind of fucking went, whatever, dude. But then he fell. He fucking fell over like in my backyard here, and he falls and his ass is hanging out. So that's what I went. I told you, motherfucker, you should have lied down. And I poured some beer down his ass.
Of course you did. Yes.
Yeah.
And
cool him down.
And I thought it would just be funny. Right? But this dude got up and was just like in a full-blown rage. Just like, I mean, he stood up, was who's fucking with me, who shoved me. He thought someone pushed him over.
Yeah.
It was like, no, dude, you just fell. Like you were just standing there and you fell. Like, and so we're trying to tell him that, but he's so fucked up and so like enraged, right? He's shoving people trying to calm him down. One of them being my mother. So he knocks over my mom, and I just lose it. And I see him. He shoves, and Jerry's a big fucking guy too. And mind you, this dude, he was a big motherfucker too, man. He was like 280, fucking 6'6". Like he was a fucking big guy. And yeah, I see him push Jerry, but then I also see him push and I watch my mom hit the floor. And when that happened, I just like, I ran at him, and I went straight for his neck. And I used all my weight to slam into him, make him fall backwards. So he slams his head against the floor, and I just squeezed his neck until his eyes rolled back into his head.
Mm.
And again, man, and I'm not trying to even say this like it just I don't like being that guy, man, because it was scary, dude. Like I was gonna kill the fucking dude, like for real. Like I was gonna go to jail. I was like I don't even care. Yeah, I had no remorse in the moment. Like he knocked over my mom. I'm fucking killing you, bitch. That was where I was. And had it not been for my mom coming over and telling me to let him go, I might have not.
Understandable. Yeah, absolutely understandable. So what happened? Did you go to sleep or what happened?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And here's the thing is I'm so sore because in my head, that's how it went down. But I guess he put up more of a fight than I thought because I woke up, I had like marks on my chest and my neck, like he was trying to strangle me too. So I don't know what happened. And,
there was a fracas. There was a fracas before.
Yeah, and I just and even then, so once I realized what was happening, see, this is what was clear to me was I started to realize, oh shit, I might kill this guy, right? So I go, I'm still there on his neck, right? And I have my arms out like this because he's trying to swing at me, but he's only hitting my elbows. so I have him like that, and then at some point, he wakes. I let him go, and he gets up, but he starts flailing around again. So then I pinned down the other arm and I put my knee on the other one and I just had him down with like one hand. And then I was like, this is it, man. You better chill out, because if you don't, like, I'm putting you down again. You know, what do you and so finally he went, okay, I'm cool. Okay. And I was like, all right. I'm like, look, I'm gonna let you up. I'm like, I don't want to do this. You know, that's what I told him. I was like, dude, I don't want to do this to you, but like you got out of control. And he's like, well, I was like, no one was fucking with you. Chill out, you know, just chill. And so he stands up, and then he wants to fight me. And I go, dude, you lost. What do you, you know, like, and I was like, fuck. And so at that point, they're waking up Doug, and I just go to the front yard because I'm just like, I'm not even gonna fucking, you know, I'm like, if I get into it with this dude again, like I'm gonna fucking kill somebody, you know?
Yeah.
So I just go to the front yard and just cool down, and I grab a beer, have a smoke, and then Doug rolls out and he goes, "What the fuck?" He starts screaming and shit. And I go, and I had to calm him down. And I go, look, your boy was getting wild. And I was like, and I kind of regulated, you know. I'm like, you know, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't put my hands on somebody unless I really thought they deserved it. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
And he went, "You choked him out?" and I was like, yeah. He's all, no shit.
This instantly got him on your side.
It was like, wow.
Because he was like, he's a big motherfucker. He's like, and you did that?
Yeah.
He's like, God damn. So then he goes to the back. And
Ryan the guy out, and everyone at the party is just like,
Wow.
So he goes back there to talk to him, right? And then all he wants to do is kick my ass. And again, everyone's I got people around me who are just like, dude, chill. Like, it's it was your fault. And and mind you, look, pouring the beer down his ass crack wasn't maybe the boldest move, right? But
no, I don't think it was.
Right? But obviously, I understand that, you know. But he shouldn't have knocked down my mom either.
Oh,
you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand.
Anyway, so basically what ends up happening is Doug just tells him, he goes, look, you got 3 choices, motherfucker. He's like, you either get the fuck out of here.
You know why we're like
3 choices.
Who was that? Was that Ahmed?
That was Ahmed, yeah. That was me giving him 2 choices. I gave him 3. I gave him 3. It was pretty much the same thing. It was pretty much the same.
Nah, shit. I didn't mean to like call him out like that, but
well, but you know, whatever.
Okay, what were the 3 choices again?
It was the same thing that Doug said, which is what I gave. That's what happened with Ahmed. I told him either chill and apologize, get the fuck out of here, or stay here. Wait, what do you want to do?
Or die.
No, his head. I said leave or die.
For the audience, back way back when, early like, partying days in the early 20s, one of our friends was getting a little crazy too. And then I think Ryan, or was it you? Or was it somebody else?
Yeah, I think I got involved. I don't know what I did to him. I think I fucking... Huh?
I think it was Brian, because there was
Brian that he was being upset with.
But we were like, hey, we gave him the 3 options, like just like you have to calm down, leave, or I guess you have to fucking fight.
Yeah.
Same exact thing, but in his recollection, he was like, bro, they told me you either leave or you die.
Yeah, 2 choices.
Nope. No, we were trying to subdue it. We were trying to. That's pretty much what happened. So Doug tells him either you leave, you apologize, or you just lie the fuck down. You know? And he was like, well, I guess I'm going to go. And then Doug went, if that's your choice. Then Doug goes, that's the stupidest fucking idea ever. But if that's what you want to do, then get the fuck out.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much how. And then eventually he just was like, what did I do? What did I do? And then we all explained it to him. And then he was just like, oh. And then he just he was remorseful. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I don't know. And all, you know, that's pretty much what happened. But anyway, so Doug and I, and here's the thing, was in all this stuff. Like again, man, I know what I did wasn't cool, and I know that, and I know that I provoked it, and I know that, but here's the thing: is like, had I not done that, who knows, how much damage he would have done in general,
Yeah, of course.
and that's what I'm saying is like, I felt so, because every time this happens, every time I lose my shit, like I get so emotional afterwards. I start crying because I'm like, I don't like that person I become, and it scares me. I don't like that guy. so anyway, I barely slept that night. I didn't sleep much, and so the next day, but I wake up the next day, he's gone, and I come in here, and Doug's in here, and Doug turns, and I'm feeling really fucking remorseful. I call it the shame over, where you wake up and you're like, you just feel, you have that anxiety, like, fuck, man, I shouldn't have done that, and and I walk in here, and then Doug goes, hey, there he is, the fucking superhero. And I go, oh, come on, man. I go, and he goes, no. He goes, that was fucking impressive. So he's telling me, he goes, look, he was, and I was like, hey, I thought you were gonna be mad at me for messing up your buddy or whatever. And he goes, he was acting up. You did what you need to do. He's all, move along. Fuck it, whatever. He was like, he was fucking up.
Beer in the ass cracker.
What's up, Jeremy?
It is funny, Jeremy.
I don't have that. I don't have that sound drop for him though, so Ryan could say it. Jeremy.
Anyway,
I'm talking to Jeremy right now. Jeremy, come back on the show. Come on the show, okay? I mean, if you have good internet or whatever, but come on the show. We miss you, but
at least you can mute him if he talks too much.
That's the best part, dude.
I think we always have that ability.
Yeah, but this one is much less. Yeah.
But anyway,
Actually, I'll say this: Ryan was the worst one because I remember when we had to mute Ryan, he would just crawl over to another person's mic. hey, I'm not done talking.
Yep.
Yeah. Those were the days. But anyway, guys, I don't know. It was wild, and I do feel bad. Anyway, Doug and I talked about it. Doug was actually very impressed and happy that I did that because he was just like, what would have happened if you didn't? And he was still acting like that, and he was like, gonna do anything about it. Like, I'm not. And so we ended up going. He ended up taking me to lunch. That was his his thank you, I guess. Yeah, he ended up taking me to lunch. And we had some drinks and shit, and then as we're there, we're at the diner. That guy called and apologized to the both of us, and everything's squared away. Everything's very cool, and I apologized too. And it was just a little.
Jeremy says he has some beer really soon. Maybe we can do some sampling, like some distant sampling or whatever.
Totally.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I'm glad you're safe. I'm glad your mom's okay.
Well, he shoved it. She had like a knot in her back from falling off a step or something. Yeah.
Yeah. And
a little lady. It's not.
Oh, of course.
And he was a big dude. It was just,
And in all honesty, I truly understand that. I mean, I only know what I'm capable of. I don't know what I would do in that situation. But
yeah,
it probably wouldn't be very different.
Yeah,
in action. But I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah,
I can do some. Well, I can do some stuff that I wouldn't.
I think there are plenty of people who are capable of it, but it's like, it's almost terrifying to know that that's your fucking natural instinct. At
the same time too. I mean, I will say this: I love your mom, but she has no problem getting into it. So you said he was getting crazy, and so she went over and was like, calm down, right? Physically
trying to calm him down. Yeah,
and yeah, there's nothing against her whatsoever. I'm like, my mom probably wouldn't do that.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm just yes, exactly. I understand, but
valid point. And I was just trying to ignore it. I was like, whatever, he'll tucker himself out.
Yeah. was like, but we know your mom. Like, she has no problem with, like, we've been at her with all the parties and all the gigs. She has no problem being like, hey, you guys need to calm the fuck down and like, get in the middle of it. I'm like, that's not a good idea.
Yeah, I know.
For
Yeah,
a lot of people.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, it's a good point, but that isn't.
It's not like it was justifying at all. But I'm just saying, I was like, yeah, my mom would be like, fuck that. I'm gonna sip in my wine cooler in the corner. Fuck you.
Well, there's a I mean, well, listen, there's a reason I reacted the way I fucking did, because we both have the same reaction.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like it is. Yeah, exactly. We'll leave it at that for sure. But I mean, it's a good story. You got another story under your belt.
Yeah, and I don't like it. I really don't, man. I'm not happy.
Well, no, but it's like it's not even like a temper thing. At a certain point, there is if you didn't do something, that's bad.
Yeah.
I'm thankful I've never had to be in that situation as far as like my friends or family and honor in that sort of thing, because my mom's never been in the middle of a fight. My mom's never, like, when I'm around as an adult or whatever.
Yeah,
like my mom's never been, or any of them.
Yeah,
like, I am very much a protector. I've just never had to really do that.
Right,
but I would do probably the same thing if you did, if it happened.
Yeah, I know. I just somehow wind up in these situations, and I don't, like I said, I don't really like it. I don't want to be in, and I would have much rather just had a great time and got fucked up and went to bed,
Yeah, but I mean,
messing up everything.
Ryan D.
The thing is, too, it just sounds so fucking. It becomes sad after It's like like I said, I'm in my fucking 30s now. It's like
that doesn't change anything. I don't know if you're going down this thing, but as your friend, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care how old I would be if it came to the point where someone shoved my mom, whether she, just period. Yeah. I would do the same thing. So I don't think you need to feel bad.
Yeah,
I don't think you need to feel bad. No.
Yeah, I know. But I do. That's the problem.
But you shouldn't. It's not like he's like, oh, this guy looked at my girl wrong, and then I fucking tried to fuck him up because he was, or that's a different thing. If someone touched my, pushed my mom, then obviously I would do the same thing. If someone did something to my friends, I was like, there's points where there's no other real option.
Yeah,
not real.
Right.
Yeah, I remember the closest thing was like very recently after, I want to say recently after I got out, somebody got in my brother's face at a party, and I was like, I looked at it and I was like making sure it was just what was going on. They were having words, obviously, but then the dude kind of like put his hands on my brother, and as soon as that happened, I stepped in front of him and I said, that's not going to happen again.
Yeah, and
thankfully it stopped.
Yeah.
And then there was another time when someone at another gig was like, I think he was mad because the girl liked me and we were like making out. And it's a weird fucking story. I'm not telling the guy was like, he's like, bro,
handsome.
The guy was like mad that the girl liked me and we started making out, but he's like, I like her. I'm like, okay, well, she picked me, obviously. And he's like, I'll fight you. I'm like, I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah. But like he did it, like he grabbed my hand. He's like, I'll fight you, and I was like, I would not recommend it. And he stopped. I've never been pushed past a point, and I think it's because I'm like a rattlesnake in that sense. It was like, if you go past the point, it's not going to be good for you.
Well, here's the thing, man. This is okay. Like, and I don't want to get into this dick measuring contest or whatever, like, because I don't mean it in that way at all. What I mean is that was the thing that like Doug was trying to tell me too. And like, of course, it's like an ego boost when you win a fight, right? Like, your testosterone.
I don't even care about that. Like of all the fights I've ever been in,
I know, but
none of them ever mattered.
Right. I understand.
Like I said, if it's not like they came after my family type of thing.
Right. But my point is like the reason I fully understand you're capable of doing more, if not the same as me. But what I'm saying is like you and I are like we're the silent guy in the corner, you know, who doesn't gloat about what we're capable of, and that's what makes us.
I feel like we're not very boastful areas in those terms.
Sure,
I've never been in a fight before.
Well, it's a good thing. Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah.
But I mean, you don't have to. There's no fucking reason for it. It really
There's never be a reason for it besides self-defense / defending the people that you care about.
Yeah.
My point
is the less. I mean, the people you would think less of are the ones who would, you know, really tear you up. I think. I don't know. I mean, like if.
Well, say it again. What?
I don't know what's the fucking word I'm trying to say. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. Just the fucking the guys like you and me who are just we're just the dudes there. We're not there trying to fucking dick measure. We're not there trying to. We're the ones that I think are the most dangerous because we're the ones you would least expect to be involved. You know.
Yeah, sure. I mean, short of weapons, yeah.
That's
always going to be my biggest fear, and probably
less assuming. Sorry, why didn't I fucking think of that? The less assuming people are the ones that like I think are the
I know what you're talking about exactly, yeah. and that's probably what I just said was probably the number one reason why it's smart to not ever instigate something unless you're defending. You have no idea. Yeah. Anything about this other person. So unless it's either you're defending yourself or you're defending someone else, there should not be a reason because there's totally a way. And let's just say I wasn't like a nice dude. I always have a knife on me. I've never used it on a person. I could.
Yeah.
It's legal until I do it. But until I use it. It's legal to have it on me. What I'm saying is you know, you never know. So it's not a good idea. We are not advocating for violence.
Not at all. Not at all. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I really did not feel good about it. I really did not, you know?
Yeah, but like I said, it's not like you woke up that day and chose violence. You saw what happened.
Violence today!
Today will be violence!
Ah! No, I know. I know. And I mean, you know, fuck. Like I said, I've been trying to just live a much more calm life, and it's not happening.
Bro, I will be chilling in the corner with my tea, sipping if something happens with one of you or my family. It's fucking
he'd be loaded, fucking fully clocked, dude.
Twisted tea, bro. Are you drinking the twisted tea still?
I drank it all already.
Okay.
It's gone.
Yeah,
did you like it?
They're pretty good.
It's really good, actually.
Yeah.
I was surprised last time I brought it on. I was like, this is really good.
Anyway,
it's really smooth.
Let's go ahead and move on, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like we should definitely move on.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. Yeah, wonderful to see you guys some more. Or wonderful to see you guys. Let's get into some actual stories. We got a lot to talk about, and just remember that.
Messing up everything.
Ryan D.
I may have some news for you. Go ahead.
Entertainment news, everybody. This just broke out. I'm not gonna get to this story. I have a question for you. News story that'll make you guys a little bit tingly in the fans. Okay, we need to move on from that. I need to get away from that real quick. I read somewhere that their periods attract bears.
Yay! I think I will say that that's one of the things that one of the buttons that I don't even know if I have, but I missed that one was the kids saying yay. Yay!
Oh yeah. I don't even still have that one. I could send it to you.
Maybe, yeah. But what I was gonna say, we have a lot of we have a lot of news, obviously. I'm not gonna go over like in depth for everything, but the two most recent ones that I really wanted to just like shout out there because I it's fun and I love the news factor of it. We'll see how it comes out once it's out. Is that we have two casting things, not rumors but official, that really I love the stories and I want to tell you about them just to make it out there. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm rambling now. They're both DC movie casting things though. So the first one being that Sasha Calle joins the Flash movie as DC Films Universe Supergirl, which is very interesting for a number of reasons. One is that, and the first and foremost is that she's a Latina, and never in my knowledge has Supergirl been that. She's always been portrayed as obviously an alien, so we're not going to get into nationality, but a blonde-haired, seemingly light-skinned woman. So I was for this to be cast as a Latina, I love this. There's actually been the video of the director Andy Muschietti contacting her via Zoom and letting her know that she got the part, and she got very emotional, and I love that the video so much. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's so cool because she's a very young actress, not like young, but like a very
Never heard her.
Yeah, neither have I. She's known for like a soap opera. The most, like that's the most she's as far as when I went into her IMDb, she did like a soap opera. And the fact that she obviously auditioned, got the part, and then Andy Muschietti went to the thing of like recording and then posting this video means that like he definitely saw something in her audition. And I'm very happy that they're going this way. Obviously, the Flash is most likely going to be dealing with, like, if you're a fan of Marvel, you're going to start understanding the concept of a multiverse. There's not just one universe where you know everything is how you know it. There could be another world where Ryan's blonde. There's another world where Ricky's a girl. Another world where I am a twin. You know what I mean? Like,
I would love to be in the world where Ricky was a girl.
Right?
Yeah. I'd be like, bro, just don't be gay. Let me see your pussy.
Just let me.
All right.
I think we should start doing clip outs where it's like when you think something. Well, I would love a universe where Ricky sees the girl. I'd be like, bro, just don't be gay. Let me see your pussy. Also, in the universe, he wouldn't be gay because he's a girl.
Yeah, why is that gay?
That's my point. Just don't be gay about it. Just let me see your pussy.
Oh God.
I don't know, whatever. But I'm just look.
But either way, like there's either she's the DC universe proper.
Hang on. I really want to talk about a universe where Ricky's a girl. What do you think that world means? Like, is he still married to Justine? Are they lesbos? Or is he married? Or are Ricky and I married and he hates me?
Probably he hates you. I don't think you'd be married.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be.
Maybe you guys would be married.
Maybe.
Maybe Justine would be a dude.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, and then you guys would be married, man. And then she fucked you all the time. That'd be dope.
Sure.
The point of the multiverse is that any of this could be possibilities. First of all, I want to know if Ricky's going to tell Justine about this conversation.
Nope. I hope she doesn't watch it.
Come on. What was where's the harm in this conversation? First of all, it's the one of you being sexist. What is sexist? What is sexist?
Ryan doesn't even know what that means.
What was sexist about what I just said?
I think it's a synonym for Ryan.
Just demanding to see your friend's pussy? Why would you do that to you? Don't do that to anyone.
Still my boy, and then like just like you just turned into a girl. I'd want to see your pussy.
I've had female friends since I was like 3 years old, and I've never demanded to see their pussy.
Hey man, live a little.
Fair enough.
Come on. I'm clearly joking. Why does everybody fucking? Why does it always turn into like a fucking thing? Clearly kidding. I don't understand.
Every time you say it's a joke or I'm clearly kidding, clearly no one else understands that you're joking. And not joking. Obviously, we know you're making.
I'm joking. You all know I'm kidding. You know that. You just like to call me out and fucking put me out in there, like throw me under the bus and act like I'm fucking an asshole.
Because it's fun. It's funny.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
I fucking hate you too.
Just so we're clear.
Wait, what was I gonna say?
Huh?
I forgot what I was gonna say. Anyway, whatever. Fucking move on.
Second piece of casting news is also that we are gonna get a Blue Beetle movie coming from Charm City Kings director Angel Manuel Soto.
Blue Beetle
will introduce the first Latino lead in the DC movie universe, which is, like I said, on the not coattails, but like coming after the announcement that Sasha Calle is going to be Supergirl. We're going to get our first Latino lead in a DC movie. And if you aren't familiar with Blue Beetle, super cool. You can see him a lot, and I think this is where I've been most exposed to his character in like Young Justice. He is in, I believe, some of the Teen Titans stuff. If you can wrap your minds, if you again just relate it to Marvel because it's more popular as far as MCU films currently, think of like a teenager with Iron Man's nanotech suit. He could change his thing, but it's alien in origin. So he could change his suit into a weapon, anything.
It's almost like a symbiote.
Yeah, kind of a little bit like that, but he has like blaster rays and like sonic rays, and
he's a big bag of Beetleborg.
He is kind of like a big bag of Beetleborg, but better. Like I think he would beat the Beetleborg's badasses.
Yeah, yeah. So you mix between like the symbiote and like a Green Lantern kind of thing.
Green Lantern,
a little bit, but he's not doing like constructs. But he is like it's kind of like a mix between Iron Man and Cyborg and a Beetleborg.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
He's only a Beetleborg because he's the Blue Beetle.
Yeah,
only because of the Beetle part.
But the character, and there are multiple Blue Beetles. The first one being I forget his first name, but something Cord, the scientist. But then the one that a lot of people, especially me, I am familiar with is Jaime Reyes,
right?
As a Latino teenager.
I'm gonna say something that's gonna
very sexist, but it's also
shut the fuck up. No, I'm look. I want to say this. Always wanting these DC movies to be good. Okay, always. Now, Blue Beetle, I mean, he's at the bottom of the barrel. Let's be real. The Justice League universe that they're trying to fucking scrape out, like he's at the bottom of the barrel. He's not. No one really wants a Blue Beetle movie, but this is their move to have the first Hispanic movie, Latino superhero. And that's why they're doing it, so that they're going to have fucking eyes on their movie, because 1984 was a fucking flop, or at least everyone hated it. Everyone hated Justice League. Everyone hated BVS. It's just another. I just think this is. Look, it could be the right move. It could be great. It could be amazing. But I'm saying, do they really care about this character, or are they really just trying to fucking get some people to put some eyes on it? You know?
I agree with that, but I also think that this could be their opportunity to completely change around what they've been doing, almost like the Guardians of the Galaxy MCU was. Like, I mean, MCU was great, obviously, to begin with.
That's what I'm saying. Best case
scenario was like the way to go, like weird about it, and like you know, almost kind of really change up their tone. Yeah. I'm really hoping that this is what the DC takes.
I'm with you. Best case scenario, but that's what I'm saying. But one as a look, I want these movies to be good. It's just they keep letting me down. They keep letting me down, and they have a bad track record, and this just seems like a move to get, you know, some fucking clout for having, you know, a Hispanic fucking hero, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's possible. I'm not going to say it's not possible, but all I'm going to say is first and foremost, let's just lay out there. Every movie is a business move.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know what's going to be a great idea and be fucking progressive if we put a Latino lead? No, they're like, what do we need? What's going to make us money? What do you think is a good idea? What will be a good a good thing for us to be in the forefront as far as our company goes. Everything's that, and we're not gonna try and pretend like it's not. Are there more than just those thoughts? Probably, yeah,
absolutely. But based look, we can only compare the two, MCU and DC. DC. What DC?
Well,
DCEU.
they're changing all the time, but the DCEU, I would say, is like the Justice League timeline, where you also now have a different sort of thing that I don't know what it's called, where it's a Joker.
We can only
but it's whatever.
I know what you're saying. I'm saying just let me finish my point.
I'm making a point for the podcast.
All right, fine. Finish what you're saying.
Yeah, you besides the DCU, you have like stuff like the Joker, and you used to have stuff like Batman with Robert Pattinson, and you have stuff that we're hearing. We're not 100% sure if Shazam or Black Adam is going to be in the exact same universe, because there are already things where you see. I won't spoil it, I guess, but a certain character that you think is in the DCEU at the end, there are already confirmed things where that wasn't the exact same outfit that they wear. It could be different universe, whatever. So they aren't staying to the same format as the MCU is, where it's all one thing. They're just trying to put out stuff and see what works the most.
Right, but my point is, based on the track record, it just seems like they're scrambling to get some fucking sort of difference that they can try and offset everything they've done. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm just saying that what they could be doing good stuff, and I will say this, that one of the greatest ways that I think they could do it is something like, have either of you seen Young Justice at all?
No.
The animated series.
Yes, the series.
Yes, I think.
in I believe the second season or so, it's very Blue Beetle centric as far as his origins.
Yes. So I have watched.
And the Reach, which are an alien civilization. Yeah. I think that would definitely help in a similar sense, like Ricky was saying, in a kind of Guardians of the Galaxy kind of way, where it's like,
but again, we're talking about their animated stuff.
But it all stems from the comics, is what I'm saying.
Absolutely, but these live
basis, they're just not, for whatever reason, being able to pull off what people want to see as a live action version. As, like I said, we're comparing to the MCU.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm just playing devil's advocate here, because like I said, I want these movies to be good. I want to like what DC is doing, but they keep giving us shit in these fucking. In their, cinematic universe.
Yeah, I hear you. Absolutely. But either way, we have those two casting things. And I'm very interested to see how that is. The only downside to stuff and I usually don't do casting news is because, like, look at how long The Rock has been cast as Black Adam, and the only thing we've seen is concept art.
That's another move that's another move that I don't like by them.
And that would happen in like the early 2000s.
That happened early. I mean, yeah, and look. I mean, I'm sure he's right. He's confirmed to be the Black Adam, right?
Yeah, it's confirmed, and he's in the concept art that they show off. Like, last year?
What are we gonna do with concept art? And when the fuck are we getting that movie? It's like it just. Why even say anything? Why, you know what I mean? It's like it's just to get us hyped. It's just to get us hyped because Marvel's got a whole fucking, a whole construct. They already know what they're doing.
Word.
Yeah.
So we'll see what's going on with that. Now let's break into some stuff. Granted, it was last week, but it was like Thursday. But
I'll grab another beer real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah, grab it. I'm actually going to share the screen because I want to. Okay. Got to find the actual thing here because the link doesn't work anymore. But we're going to get into trailer news. Two major trailers that dropped within the last week or two that I think we should talk about. The one being the elephant in the room, I guess. I didn't come up with a better way to say it. Give me 1 second to do that because I also want to wait for Ricky because he's there. Hold on. Son of a bitch. Where are you? Why did I have 3 screens and I don't know where the fuck I put everything. Jesus. Where are you? This is not good. The fuck did I put this?
You dummy.
I have too many. It doesn't make sense. All right, whatever. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna change this now because I want to share the screen.
Yo, I gotta get me some of those Gunner glasses because these lights are hurting my eyes.
That's exactly, dude. I can't go. I can't go an hour or two anymore without them. What the fuck was that?
I don't know what happened.
Sorry,
that?
No, that was me. An accident.
Oh,
all right. We're gonna do that. Boom. And I'm gonna turn this down.
oh my goodness! Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the best thing to ever happen to us. Just
Bro. I legit got chills watching this.
Yeah.
Sub-Zero chills.
Hey,
like chills like this guy. Yeah, dude.
oh, oh my god! Oh my god, dude!
Hell yeah.
All right, so we need to narrate it, obviously talk over it.
I just okay. So my boy, my boy Jax just gets his fucking arms ripped.
I was gonna say, yeah, just got ripped off. Amazing. We got Homeboy over here, which we don't even know who he is, but there's a lot of speculation who he could be. If he's going to be a character, he might not be.
Okay, I'll save it. But yeah,
you have Old Kung Lao there. You have Raiden right there.
Quizzing some random white guy.
Yeah, I love that. They're making just as soon as this started happening, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, sick.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
dude. Badass.
Yes.
It's about fucking time, too. Fuck. It is about
absolutely.
Sonya Blade. Hey no. Liu Kang. Rocky with the same hair as the Liu Kang.
Yeah.
Jax with Gan fucking alarm.
This fucking T1000 arm.
See, that silhouette looks like the 90s Liu Kang. Like if you
how about Melina right there? Dude, Melina's my girl, bro.
I don't care if she'd eat me. I'd do her.
Yeah. And I'm sexist.
I demand to see your puss.
With consent, bro. I would say, would you like to do me? And then eat me. Okay, this part right here.
Oh, oh my god! And he freezes his blood.
Yeah,
freezes
sick.
his blood and makes a fucking dagger, dude.
Ice wall.
Oh
my god! And then wait for it. Yes.
Yeah. Hey. Okay.
God damn, it's gonna be sick.
Okay, can I go first?
Wait
I'm
for
so excited for this.
Wait for it. Fucking dude, the only way that trailer could have been better is if it actually finished with.
Wait, but did you hear the background music? There was like a cover of it.
No, definitely they have their own version of it.
Yeah, but at least they're still doing. I mean, they're trying, I guess.
No, for sure. Okay, that's not something that I'm knocking them for because I get it. They want to. This is their own thing. But the only possible way that after that trailer and they did their own thing is at the end that they fucking went with it.
Yeah,
and I would have lost my shit. Just that they're like, well, we own the rights, so why not?
Yeah. Okay.
Because that song is synonymous with literally the greatest. I'm gonna say right now, the greatest video game movie that has ever existed.
The 2000 one, or you're talking about the first 99, I guess, right? Annihilation came out in what 2000, I think.
Yeah, we're not talking about that, but the first.
Yeah, I agree. One of the greatest video game movies.
No, I would say it is the greatest.
Yeah, I think the most accurate.
What else is up there for you? Like, you're not saying the greatest. What do you think else stands up as far as a great video game movie?
I know.
1995, by the way.
95.
The first one.
The first one.
Holy shit. Okay.
Maybe
I know. I'm gonna get some shit for this, but the Resident Evil movie, the first one, I thought was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Oh no,
really too,
I'm not gonna give you shit for that. I love it too. It's very different.
I'd say that holds up better than the Mortal Kombat movie, to be honest.
You know,
Here's the thing. It's a video game movie. Okay, you're right, Garrett. I mean, I think you're right in a sense that like the accuracy of the video game, right? In a film.
Yeah.
Is that what we're trying to say?
Okay, so there's two ways you can look at it. It's one, is it based off a video game IP? And two, does it follow a similar storyline? So yes, Mortal Kombat is more about the story. Well, it's barely a story, but kind of the story of
Mortal Kombat is based on Enter the Dragon. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, but and then Resident Evil, great movie. I'll be honest, I don't remember the exact storyline of the first Resident Evil game.
They go down into the Umbrella Corp.
It's the creepy mansion. They go to the so it's kind. I mean, it's loosely. The movie is loosely based.
Like, do they go down into the hive?
Yes, in part 2. Yeah,
but not part 1.
I thought the hive was the first one, wasn't it?
I don't think so. I don't know. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
I could be wrong. I'll be honest. I probably never even finished Resident Evil 1.
I'll say those two are up there. I'll give you that. Both. I would say those two are up there for sure. Either way,
the first one was they go into the hive. That was in 2002.
You know what I would get shit for though, and I'm gonna say it right now. I'm not calling it nearly like one of the best.
If you're gonna bring out the Mario Bros, I'm with you.
Can you just let me just finish? Yes, I am.
Yeah, I just want to do a quick little fun fact. Same director who did first Resident Evil also did Mortal Kombat 1995.
Oh, well, there we go.
Makes sense. Yes. So I would say my favorite comic or not comic book video game movies are in this order: Mortal Kombat, Resident Evil, Mario Brothers. You can at me if you feel like it. And then a bonus one, I loved Sonic the Hedgehog. I loved it.
I never watched it, man. Fuck, I see it.
And if
I watch that, it looks great. I would love to see. That's why I'm fucking up.
I haven't checked out if it's on a streaming service yet, but honestly, I saw it once in theaters. And I was like, I'm very surprised at how much I love this movie.
I almost bought it on Amazon to watch it.
I might
watch that tonight. It's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu. Hold on, let me click it to make sure it's not, because sometimes it says Hulu, but it's like, but you gotta wait. Yeah. Is it? Yeah, it is. It's on Hulu. If you Google it, it'll start playing. I'll even play the first few seconds. You hear some of the rings because it's fucking Paramount. They're not the stars anymore. Woo! There you go. I'm gonna watch that later. But yes, I would have watch that. Sonic the Hedgehog. Very fun.
Wasn't that a Spy Hunter movie?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so what came first? 007 GoldenEye, the game or the movie?
That was a movie for sure.
Well, if you're asking me that question, I feel like it's the game.
I think it's the movie.
Wait, do you know the answer?
No, I'm not sure.
I'm looking at it.
Oh, I thought because you asked the question that it was a weird answer, so it would be the game.
No, I'm answering that question because I really don't know.
Oh, okay.
The movie was first 1995. The game was 1997.
Yeah. Why was that a question though? I'm like
because if the game came first, then I would say GoldenEye, the movie, was one of the best video game movies.
Oh, I see where you're going. Interesting, but no, I just remember because GoldenEye had Pierce Brosnan in it, so there's no way.
Yeah. He was on the cover too.
Yeah, no way that the game came first. I know what you're saying. I just thought you had like a fucking trivia piece that was like, oh shit, did the game come first?
Oh no, asking.
Yeah, no, that makes no. So I'm going with those. Those are my top 4. I have to go pee, so I'm gonna go there, and you guys talk. But yeah,
when's the last time you guys even seen like Mortal Kombat, the movie?
Not too long ago.
Okay.
Just a couple years ago, I watched They were both on Netflix. The Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat Annihilation. And man, if you watch those two back to back, fuck. It's like night and day. It's like
Yeah.
that first one is so like it's so great and grim and shit, you know, and it has that it's got a vibe to it, you know. And then when you Annihilation is just so cartoony and just I mean, plus they're supposed to be right after the other, but like the guy who plays Raiden, I forget the actor's name, you know, the guy from Warriors and you know what I'm talking about, Dexter and shit.
Yeah.
So but all of a sudden he's got a haircut. Like and he's like and then they even mention it like in the first like 20 minutes, he's like, new look, do you like it? It's just so silly. And then to like, I don't know, the
first movie was a little silly as well.
Well, of course, but it knew what it was. You know what I mean? Like you can watch that movie and know what it is. Whereas the second one kind of took itself into like a more it took itself less seriously, even though I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Even though the first one was kind of like, yeah, this is a silly video game movie, but at least it was it put you in a world where you were actually it was an experience to watch. You know?
Yeah.
Whereas like the second one, it's like it's like they built this story just like it seems like they just built this story completely just like fuck, what do? We have a sequel. So yeah, and that's I guess that's why that second one is just so dog shit. But they also I don't know, but they had a bigger budget, which makes it even more annoying because they had a bigger budget, so they have this shitty like early 2000s or you know late 90s CGI with the dragons and shit, and it's just
that's right.
Just so whack. I think that's what it was too. There's so many practical effects in the first one, and since they had a bigger budget in the second one, they thought they could get away with cutting corners with CGI.
Yeah,
and I think that's why it fell short. But also the story.
I mean, I just watched the first one not too long ago. Like I think it was like I caught it on TV like last month, and it just
the storyline of the first one's not that bad. I mean, if you think about it,
storyline isn't bad, but some of the acting and like and also just like and fucking Johnny Cage's like actual like kung fu, even though he's supposed to be a master. I'm just like what? Like I remember it being so much better, but it's fucking terrible.
Right.
Bro, have you seen Iron Fist?
Oh God, Iron Fist. God. It infuriates me. That show infuriated me. I was furious watching Iron Fist.
So here's the funny thing. I was actually taking karate when Iron Fist came out, and my sensei was like, dude, I fucking saw Iron Fist, and it's like they took a white belt who they knew was in Game of Thrones, and they were like, yep, you're Iron Fist.
That's what happened.
I was like,
whiny. He's so whiny. I hate it so much. I'm like, I could fuck this dude up, and I have no kung fu training.
Yeah. On the flip side, though, you know what I have been watching? Besides, I told you the Cobra Kai actually fucking for whatever reason is my popcorn. That's why I love it.
Yeah, we talked about this. It's great.
Into the Badlands. Do you remember that? It was on AMC, but it's on Netflix.
So good. So good.
I never finished it. I think I stopped at the beginning of season 2, and for whatever reason, I don't remember why, but I restarted it. So fucking good. Like if you're into martial arts, and I love the concept of it because it does take out those things where it's like, oh well, it doesn't matter what you know as far as martial art. They have guns in the story. It's like guns are outlawed. There's no fucking guns, and all that's all I need is like, yeah, it's fine. That makes sense.
Yeah, I know.
No guns. If you tell me there's no guns, then that's cool.
That's your shit. It's a universe where guns don't exist.
Then I would win. I would be the fucking leader of that world.
But okay, so okay. I'm sure you guys agree, but this is what I mean. Number one on this trailer, the martial arts looks phenomenal.
100. Yeah.
Right, like this finally looks like a kung fu movie. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like some old school Bruce Lee type shit where we actually get some great fighting sequences with some people who can fight. You know?
Yeah.
And number two, I know we have this unnamed character, but I kind of like that because
he has a name, but it's not a name that is in the lore.
Right. But I like that because that means in this cinematic version, we have a person who is not he's we don't know who he is. We can't really judge what his prerogative is in this lore, you know.
Absolutely, and a lot of movies do this, especially ones that are based off of other IPs, for the advantage of this person is essentially taking the role of the audience. What they know is what we know.
Yes, exactly.
There are also theories, but none of it's been substantiated. All we really have is a trailer that he could become a character we know. But as far as actual facts, it's a brand new character. So I'll leave it at that.
Technically, there so many. What do they call them? Shaolin monks that became fucking. That Sub-Zero is part of a clan, right?
Yeah, the Lin Kuei. So the number one that I subscribe to is that he is either in the Lin Kuei or another Scorpion clan person, because there was a flash of Scorpion, it seemed like, when he was looking in the mirror. So those are the top two things I would think. Then other people are like saying that he becomes a Johnny Cage like character. I don't really put that into the thing. I don't know why everyone's so like, where's Johnny Cage?
Yeah.
I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah, look for Johnny Cage.
Yeah. Because we want to see some guy do the splits and punch somebody in the balls. Come on, man.
I mean, not wrong.
Sub-Zero had a brother, right? That
Yeah, well, he had a son. He had a son. Johnny Cage.
He had a daughter, Cassie Cage.
Yeah, Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade had a. Oh yeah, they have a daughter, Cassie Cage. But also, there's I think Jax has a son or something too.
Jax has a daughter as well.
Daughter, that's right. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I thought Sub-Zero had a son, but I guess it was his brother.
Yeah, no, both of which right. Like, hey, Cassie Cage and Jax's daughter, let me see your pussy. But no, we're definitely sons, absolutely. Ryan hates when I break his balls. He really does. He hates it so much.
Don't bring it up.
It's funny.
Oh, now it's funny. Now it's funny when it's your joke.
Yeah. No, but I love within 10 and 11 you get like the kids of the original Mortal Kombat cast or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I'm super excited about this. There wasn't a trailer. We didn't get a chance to revisit it, but I guess I'll play it in the background. It's not much of a like plot thing. It's more of a like reaction thing, like whatever you guys feel about this. Excuse me, burping. I'm gonna turn that down, share the thingy. I don't want to share it that way when you're in the way.
From the very beginning, I realized I saw the world differently.
We're talking about Cruella.
Oh yeah,
Emma Stone is one of the oddest things because I'll say this: I am not a big fan of any of the Disney prequels.
Hey, I gotta tell you, even Ellen Mirren, what's her name? Helen Mirren, right? She was the first Cruella.
No, that's Glenn
Close.
Live action.
Yeah, Glenn Close. Oh, yeah. She still did something for me when I was a child.
100.
I don't know.
Want to kill these dogs, Glenn Close?
When it was revealed to me that she was a pirate in Hook, I was like, oh, God.
That's right. That's right. She was the one who went in the barrel with the scorpions.
The boo box.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, why though? I don't understand. No, but I know what you're talking about. Helen Mirren, obviously bomb. Who I've been like lusting since like I saw her in what was Thor Ragnarok. Was what's her name? You know what I'm talking about? Hela.
Oh yeah, boy. Oh yeah.
Oh
Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett.
If I didn't interrupt.
Who Doug sighting?
So, Doug.
Look, they put you on full screen. You're right here, motherfucker.
All right. Bye. Bye, Doug.
Bye, Doug.
Every day.
Hey, Doug. Another day, another Doug. Speaking of Thor Ragnarok, that was a callback. But no, Kate Blanchett can get it. I'll say that right now. I was like, ooh, Gladrill. But yeah, Glenn Close as Cruella DeVille, obviously, a special place in our hearts because it was one of those interesting ones where it was, I think, one of the first takes on a live action version of an animated Disney cartoon, like a Disney cartoon movie. So that was like late 90s, wasn't it? Let me look that up. Actually,
mid 90s. Yeah.
Yeah, so Glenn Close was in 101, and then Helen Mirren was 102.
So I wasn't wrong.
Wait, Helen Mirren was in 102.
She was Cruella DeVille in 102.
I did not even know that. I don't remember 102. In
the recast it.
Wow.
Hold on. Get something for my BP, I guess. I don't.
So Glenn Close's 101 Dalmatians came out in 96.
Wow.
Is that the first live action version we got?
That's the one.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, 96.
That's so interesting. Hold on. And
what year did a Hunchback come out? 95, I think. No? Maybe 96 too.
Hunchback came out in 2002.
No, maybe Hunchback came out in 97.
No, that's still Glenn Close.
That was 96.
96 Hunchback.
102 Dalmatians is still Glenn Close.
It was? Why did it say? I looked it up and it said it was Helen Mirren.
No, I'm looking at pictures. That's Glenn Close.
I don't know.
IMDb, Glenn Close.
What the hell?
Maybe she voiced
something.
something.
Just see.
What are you talking about?
Maybe she voiced?
I swear to God, I just saw it.
I'm looking right at it, dog. I'll put it on screen.
Helen Mirren.
Well, either way, I gotta get going at 2 hours, dudes.
All right, but yeah, right here, Glenn Close. Boom.
What the hell? I swear to God, I just saw her name in fucking Dalmatians.
Okay.
Point being, hot, love it. Let's do it.
Yep. Then, of course,
From the very beginning, I realized
Emma Stone in this very interesting trailer where she's going from what seems like a maid to it honestly looks like The Devil Wears Prada, but like in an older version.
Yeah.
And then this Hunger Games move she does right here. Boom.
Yeah.
Girl on fire.
Girl on fire.
What do you guys think about the whole controversy of them making animal cruelty a regular thing?
What do you mean?
Or normalizing animal cruelty?
How is this normalizing it? Is that what
that is a thing that's going around right now?
Give me the argument, and then I'll tell you how much I want to shit on it. Let me hear it.
I don't know. That's the only thing I've heard is that this movie is supposedly normalizing animal cruelty.
How?
Here's the thing. I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to do this right now.
It's a fucking movie.
There is a lot of controversy in the world, but I will say this right the fuck now. Is if you are pulling and grabbing just to have something to fight about is a thing. But if you're taking a story and you're saying that's wrong from back in the day because you're normalizing something, first of all, normalization is saying that this is okay. This story is in no way, shape, or form, if you've ever seen it, normalizing this. Cruella DeVille is the villain. She is the villain because she is abusing animals. And that's
name is Cruella. DeVille.
Cruella. It is not. It is not. It is not.
Devil.
It is not Cruella. It is not any of that. We are not. There's no way that this is normalizing any form of animal abuse, and this is coming from somebody who is a very big advocate of the opposite of animal abuse. I fucking love animals so much.
Not humans.
Neither here nor there.
This year.
But there's certain things that I have to actually just seriously like put my foot down as far as like what people are getting offended by. Like you're looking for something. I'm right there with you when it's like, yes, no, this clearly like has a point, and the point is that it's making light of something that shouldn't be taken light of. This is not. This character is not meant to be sympathized with, in my opinion, because of the how she's been portrayed before and how this trailer is portraying her. I do not believe that they are going the route of, say, a Maleficent, where it's going to be somewhat sympathetic. It looks like it's a crazy chick going crazy. That's what it looks like. It doesn't look like something bad happened to her. She had a bad day, and then people were mean to her, and doggies were mean to her, and all of a sudden, like she's a thing. No, she looks like she's crazy, a crazy person, getting crazier.
Yeah, I mean, all I heard was just like the fact that people were getting mad, but I mean, I absolutely agree. Like, I didn't see, when I saw this trailer, I didn't see them like having any sympathy towards this character, which I mean, obviously makes sense. But I think like people are fearing this the same way that they like they were mad about the Joker movie, saying like the Joker was a psychopath, that you're giving him sympathy.
That has much more of a grounded argument towards what people are saying. However, there's a lot of ways you can interpret it. I haven't looked into the entire thing, but there are even theories where the entire story that we were shown was inside the Joker's head. I'm much more likely to agree with arguments for that in the Joker. Nowhere in this trailer did I see something where it's like, oh, they were so mean to her.
Right.
And
yeah, that's true.
So she had to do it. Like, no, this is not a thing. This is a crazy person. The origin of this crazy person turning into this villain. And so that's what I'm saying. This is not normalization. Normalization is showing you, hey, I punched someone in the face and took their skin, and that's all right. I'll say dogs for this sentiment. Like, yes, I punched a dog and I fucking took his skin and now I'm wearing it, and that's fine. That's normalization. Normalization is
Buffalo
not
Bill.
Yes, I'll say that. But normal in the same terms, you're saying that the Silence of the Lambs normalizes cannibalism and wearing people's skin. It's not normal.
Yeah.
So
God, fuck the internet.
Internet, please. I will say this. A lot of people say the otherwise. At me, and we'll have a conversation. I will 100% talk to you about this, because
At me and we'll block you.
Dude, I find it very interesting because I have no problem getting into controversy. I don't like it on this show because it's not meant to be that show. But in my normal life, what I believe in is what I believe in. And then if you can change my mind, good. That means you deserve to. I'm open to it. But at the same time, I'm hoping you would as well. I'm open to conversation, but I'm not open to this bullshit where I'm not going to give it a name, because there's a lot of names thrown out there that are given too much weight behind them. But the fact of the matter is that people do get offended by things that are not meant to offend.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird. And it's a very complicated subject, I'll tell you that. But there are a lot of times where it's like, okay, clearly you're seeing something that's not there. But let's talk.
And like that's the reason why I brought the Joker. I was like, that I saw them like obviously sympathizing with someone who was, a bad person, but they were obviously trying to really create. I mean, I wouldn't say really create sympathy, but in the trailers at least, you really felt that. But in this one, I didn't get that at all. But people are making it out to be that same thing. I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
And I
Did
just
you see the
want,
same trailer I saw?
exactly. I just want to finish real quick the sentiment, just so it's out there, because obviously we're on the air. I just want to make sure that I'm not. I don't want to say that if you're offended that you're not entitled to be offended. I'm saying that there is conversations to be had, because maybe there is a disconnect where something that was meant to be taken a certain way was not taken that way. And maybe I'm just saying there's discussion is better than judgment versus for a single thing that's put out there. If you see a statement, if you see a trailer or see something and you are offended by it, no one is to say that you're not entitled to be offended, but there are definitely people. I would say that it is justifiable to say that was never the intent, and let's have a conversation. Conversation better than judgment. Please talk to someone.
Here's an idea. Don't fucking watch it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Channel. Stop watching.
Also a thing.
Yeah.
How crazy
Don't
is
buy
that?
a movie ticket.
Choices.
Or don't buy the download.
Choices are very important. Choices are very important. I want to say I think it's very interesting because a subject came up on something I watched. I'm not going to say it because Ryan makes fun of me and I don't like it. Someone was angry about spoilers for a certain thing like that is like a so let's say we're all like fans of like hockey, football, sports, whatever. People are fans of sports.
You're talking about your unsport that you like?
Sports that are actual sports, and people are angry when spoilers are given. However, in no large sport does anyone really be like, "Oh, the Super Bowl was spoiled for me 4 days later." I'm like, it's not it's an actual event. If something happened like today, I will say this.
I don't know your point.
I'm getting there if you let me talk. So when people are angry, it's very interesting because when events happen, like let's take the Super Bowl for instance. If someone's like on let's say the mountains, they have no service, no internet, no anything, they can watch anything, and they come back and the first thing to do is open Facebook and they say that, oh, the fucking Buccaneers won the Super Bowl. Like no one's going on a tirade. Why did you ruin the Super Bowl for me? No, you shouldn't have. You should understand that if something happens, it's going to be talked about. And so people are angry that people are posting spoilers about events like that. It's just don't go on social media. It's entirely up to you to not do that.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Ryan, do you have a counter argument or just saying something?
I just I think sports are just completely different than. Here's what's frustrating about it is the people that are spoiling things for people like us are people who are the I didn't even see what that said. Are people who are the love you.
I fucking love you guys. Keeping
it true.
Are people who are the fucking jocks, you know? So they do these things on purpose to fuck with our lives. You know what I mean? I don't think it's the same thing. I think the reason why we get so upset about it is because this was our world, and now that other people are getting involved, they think it's fun to do that, you know. And granted, to us, it's a grandeur event. It's huge to us, and that's why they take joy out of ripping the outcome out of us.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not the same. It's not really the same thing.
I agree with you. Those are definitely people, but there are other people that honestly like seem like they have some sort of entitlement to be like, "Hey, nobody talk about this," or "I'm angry because you spoiled something."
The same fucking people who are upset about Cruella DeVille. They could go suck a dick and fucking die somewhere. You know.
That's your statement. But I mean, it's crazy that like some people just believe the world revolves around me, and I don't like when it doesn't.
The entitlement of this generation of people that
it's not even a generation, because a lot of people I'm seeing this from are older people.
Whatever. It's just it's like it doesn't matter. Whatever. It's just anybody on the internet thinks they have some sort of power somehow. You know what I mean? And I don't understand.
Yeah. No, okay. So here's my take on it. I would say just watching a lot of shows that and especially on YouTube, because you have a live chat like we have right now. People believe that they just have this, like they are a part of whatever they're watching. They're like, oh, there's like, I'll just take us right now. we know that we have people around the world that do and tune into the show, whether it be live or after the fact, just by analytics. We know that people tune in from around the world. Let's just say someone from a different country is like, hey, Garrett and Ryan, you're fucking stupid. I can't believe you have that take.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
I was like, okay, nobody cares about you.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what their age is or who they are, but if they get a bunch of retweets and likes, then all of a sudden their opinion is like, boosted.
Yeah.
And that's what the problem is.
Everyone believes because they have a keyboard in front of them that their opinions are supposed to be declarations that are now like, oh, starting a hot take.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever, dude. I don't know.
It doesn't matter who you are. It's the fact that you have this option to spill out your whatever the fuck you're thinking of is in your brain. That just pops out.
Let me clarify this. We do love our fans. We love every single person that tunes into the show and
if you want to talk for what it is. My point is, I don't look. If you have if you disagree, if anybody listening or watching has a disagreement with me, I would love for you to tell me what you disagree with me about.
That's called a conversation. Exactly. I'm right there with Ryan. And
then look. And if you called me a dumb fuck, and look, I'm not right a lot of the time. Okay, so this again, but I'm willing to sit here and adjust and understand. I may not be the rightest person on this fucking planet, right? I'm not the center of the fucking universe. There are other people around me who have different opinions. So if you have one and you want to get it to me, I will gladly take it. And if I don't want to respond, I don't have to.
Yeah, same.
Exactly.
Yeah, we all agree with that. But I mean, just people just feel entitled because they have the option to throw whatever the fuck they want to the internet. Yeah. And if it gets enough likes, if it gets enough retweets, all of a sudden that's a story now. So,
it's just interesting because I hear a lot of things that are very interesting because, I mean, first of all, there's not a single statement or subject that every single person on this planet agrees on. And that's fine. That's exactly how this works. But it's not a positive thing for someone to be like, well, you have a different opinion than I do, so you should go die.
I mean, I feel like that's just something I mean, look, how long, dude, we've been doing this shows for what, 5-6 years now?
I lost track.
A long time.
Yeah.
And how much have we seen it really morph into just this like you versus me type shit? I mean, it used to. We started this when we were reading fucking slash film articles talking about debates on theories. Nothing about my fucking opinion was better than yours. That shit is happening. That shit only happened over these last couple years.
Last 4 years, 100%.
Yeah.
I just remember that specific. I think this is the first negative comment we had. It was like, these guys suck.
It sucked. It was great. It was
Dana Sour. It was Dana Sour.
These guys suck.
It was the greatest fucking thing ever. I love that guy. I want to track him down and shake his hand.
That was the very first negative comment we ever got, and it sticks in my head. And it's
for bowels.
Hilarious.
Dana Sour.
Because that person truly believes that it's like this person he believes in that. He's like, you know what? Everyone else is gonna agree with me. These guys suck dinosaur balls.
But what's funny is
he had the option to leave a comment, and he did.
He did. And we talked about it.
You did it.
Yeah. Good job, you.
I think he just believed it. He believed it wholeheartedly. You know what? I'm gonna leave this. People are gonna fucking love it.
Can you imagine being that much that guy was like, I'm gonna misspell this comment. I'm so angry at what's happening in front of me that I'm gonna badly type a comment and waste about 30 minutes because I can't even type.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to sound like Mr. DNA, bro.
He really I'm just saying I look, I respect the commitment, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. But I think we've rambled too much on this for sure. You get the idea. Ed us. I mean, me at least.
We hate you. No, I'm just kidding.
I'd rather have conversations with people that want to have conversations. If you just want to leave your opinion and run away and hide behind your keyboard, go fuck off.
Or throw around, insults. It's not fun either.
Nope. No. You guys both have some stuff to. Well, actually, no. Ryan talked about. That was your thing you wanted to talk about. Like,
well, I wanted to. I had the concert thing I wanted to talk about. It's very brief. It's very brief.
You can go first. You gotta go.
I don't need the music.
Oh no!
Be real quick.
Behold the secrets of nature's deepest mysteries.
She's literally like launching eggs out of her pussy. The poo-poo, eat the poo-poo guy. So they just like tie up these dudes that fart in their face. Man, he cut off his dick. This is gonna blow your fucking mind.
Messing up everything.
Ryan D.
I love it so much.
It's great. All right.
I want to make it like your ringtone. You don't even call me, but I want you to call me just so.
You know what? Hey, guess what? You know what? I really wanted to talk to you over the weekend, and then I forgot that you were out of town. And I called you 3 times, and I went, "Oh fuck, that's right, he's out of town."
Yeah,
I swear, I'm not even joking. Like I was like, I'm gonna call. Like, I want to talk to him about something, and then you were gone.
Okay, so remember in the early 2000s where you can make a song your ringtone? I honestly don't know if I can still do that. Can you do that?
I have no idea. I just I have an iPhone and it dings.
I have a very standard ringtone that came with my phone, and I don't remember. Ricky, do you know? Can you make like files your ringtone again still?
Can I? I mean, yeah, I can.
You can do it on iTunes, I think, still. But I don't know.
No, you use GarageBand.
Hey, okay, so check this out. So we finally have a final date for the System of a Down, Korn, Faith No More rescheduled stadium show. It's been rescheduled multiple times, bro. I've had these tickets for 2 fucking years. Okay, 2 years I've had these tickets. So so then the pandemic hit. And then they go, okay, then they schedule a date for 2020. Which, I mean, dude, I bought these tickets, like, I'm telling you, like, December 2019, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. And, anyway, so.
Me, bro. Can't see it, but the Strokes.
Well, there we go. So I've just had the tickets on my phone, and they've rescheduled this fucking concert 3 different times. So finally, they have given us a date. System of a Down, Korn, Faith No More will be joined by Helmet, Russian Circles on October 22nd and 23rd in California in the Bank of America Stadium, Bank of California Stadium.
This year?
So, yeah.
That's not going to happen.
That's what it says. October 22nd, 23rd.
It's what they have.
My tickets say May this year. That's not going to fucking happen either.
May, okay, so May, no. October, I'll be honest, could happen. Could, not likely. Could.
No, I'd say no.
Well, my point was,
not to be like a downer, but I mean,
yeah, but you're being it. But
there's no way.
My point was that they're gonna fucking take your ticket no matter what, So if you bought these tickets, just like me, if you bought these tickets that long ago, this is still the same show.
Yeah,
it's just moved to a different date. So this show has been sold out for years. And it's like anybody with these tickets has just been waiting around, like, when the fuck are we gonna be able to do this? And so this is, I mean, look, I'm just saying this was a public announcement today, and I thought it was kind of a big deal. Ricky's a fucking downer, but I'm being optimistic, and I really hope so.
Hey, I hope it happens, but if I get to see the Strokes in May, then I hope you don't get to see this fucking show in October.
You're not going to see the Strokes in May. That's forgotten. That's forgotten.
Yeah, there's no way. It's absolutely not going to happen.
This show was supposed to be in May as well, and they just moved it to October.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to move this show. This is probably going to be like the 3rd or 4th time that they're going to move my show for the Strokes.
Yeah, this might be the 5th time for me. Yeah.
Yeah. It's annoying. It's annoying as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know the date anymore. The only 2 tickets I had pre-pandemic that were one was canceled, one was moved. I had Billie Eilish tickets, and she canceled it because like she came up with a whole new album, and she just refunded everyone. And then I have tickets for the weekend too, and I think those are postponed. The weekend. Yeah.
You guys saw me at the fucking Super Bowl. What the fuck? That was your ticket right there.
I didn't even watch it.
I'll be honest, I also didn't watch it, but I heard it wasn't great.
I seen all the memes.
The memes were so fucking.
Yeah, I just saw the memes.
Oh my god, the internet. You know, I mean, they can complain about it. They can complain about everything, but they can also make some great jokes.
Yep, for sure.
So here's something real. I didn't want to like cut you off. I was scrolling and I saw it.
I'm done, but guys, I really do have to get going pretty soon. So I have company. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, if you gotta go, you gotta go. But I was gonna just say that apparently Spider-Man, Tom Holland, Jacob Batalon, and Zendaya each revealed a new title for the film, but they're all 3 different titles. And this is interesting because you get Spider-Man Phone Home, Spider-Man Home Wrecker, and Spider-Man Home Slice.
Yeah, I saw
official things, but I think this deals into the fact that we're going head in to multiverse.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Yeah.
So
they're
this
even
makes
marketing it as multiverse. That's what my theory.
That is exactly what as soon as I saw that, I'm like, if you're doing that, and I see that they're different fonts, I think they're different colors or whatever. Like I'm like, oh,
we got all these
multiverse. Yeah. So get ready for that.
I'm so happy. I'm excited for it. I really am.
Yeah. So am I.
I'm all in.
When's the last time you guys watched Far From Home?
A few months ago.
Far From Home? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, a few months.
I own it. I've repeatedly watched it. It's so goddamn good, and it sucks that it's not Disney Plus, and like no one's really, grasped on it. I don't know. It's so fucking brilliant, and Mysterio is just so goddamn perfectly executed. Anyway,
JJ,
where? Okay, yeah. Where did I watch it then? Because I did. Okay.
You can't watch it anywhere. I just bought it.
Yeah, you can't stream it.
I bought it.
It was on Netflix for a little bit, I think, and then they took it.
I found it.
Oh wait, no, I bought it on my Xbox because it was on sale.
Yeah, I found it and then I watched it because I did a full.
I also found it.
I did a full MCU rewatch and I found it.
Yeah, you found it.
Yeah. So, but yes, no, very good. I actually will say I kind of still like Homecoming better.
Yeah, Homecoming is fucking great.
Yeah, I gotta rewatch Homecoming. I took that off of Netflix, and I watched the shit out of that too. I think I've watched Endgame more than any other MCU movie.
I've definitely watched the battle scene more than anything because because of Disney Plus, I'll queue up the battle scene as soon as they're like, the 3 unite and they're like, "What's he doing?" He's like, "Nothing." He's like, "Good."
I even put on Iron Man 2 the other day. I even put on Iron Man 2 the other day just to watch it, and I was like, fuck, it's so they're just so fucking good.
Yeah.
I rewatched the first Iron Man not too long ago. And I was just like, God damn, this is just a fucking good movie.
What's his face? James Gunn actually said that Iron Man 1 was his favorite Marvel film, MCU film.
Oh,
it's a great movie.
Yep.
Actually, Tom Holland's on this. He's on this show on Apple TV that I'm really looking forward to. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the Russo brothers are directing it.
Oh,
Gary, wait, what? Say it again.
There's a show Tom Holland is going to be on, or is on. That's coming out on Apple TV. That's directed by the Russo brothers, and it looks really good.
What's it about?
I can't remember what it was called, but it just looked good, and I'm like, I got Apple TV, I'll watch it.
All right.
Yeah, that's great. Anyway, I do have to go, guys. I'm sorry.
All right, man. No worries.
Yeah, I love you. I just I've been making this person wait for a while.
We love you. We missed you.
I love you. And I miss you.
Yeah, I also have Postmates on the way too, and they're about to pull up, so I gotta get going. I love you guys.
Love you too.
Yeah, love you too, man.
All right.
Have a good one. Don't choke anybody out.
Ryan D.
The best part about that is that it does not sound like Garrett.
No, it's me. It's Ryan. It's
Oh,
me.
it's Ryan? What the fuck?
That's like 22-year-old me.
Oh wow.
That's him. He does this. He does a rap thing, and I was like, that's perfect. It was. I literally
that was the first video I ever posted on Instagram.
Oh wow.
the first.
Because that was the first time Instagram gave a video.
Yo, what's up? This is Ryan D. Freestyle here on IG. Rhyme so fat they make you sick. I'll steal your chick and then suck your.
Bitch, what the fuck?
I was like doing like a freestyle, and then I was like, "Suck yo!" I'm like, "Fuck, not again."
Ryan D.
Yeah, nice.
All right, guys, I really gotta go. I love you. Bye, bye.
All right, man.
Bye.
Later.
Whew. I was just so proud of it when I made it.
That's great.
Yeah,
it's great.
You did want to talk about some tech news.
Yeah.
Welcome.
So what's up, everybody? This is Ricky C. Microsoft, Nintendo, and PlayStation. There's actually a really big expo going on right now for video games. It's called E3, announcing a new hardware system.
This is Ricky Tech News. What's up, Ricky?
Goodbye.
All right. I'm by myself. Perfect. Yeah, so I have some stories here. The first one's actually just more of an update to a story I had 2 weeks ago when we first did the show. So this was a story about the Florida water treatment plant that got hacked.
Yes.
And we were talking about that, so for those of you who didn't tune into that show, there was a Florida treatment water plant that got hacked, and what happened is there was a bunch of someone took over a computer that happened to be controlling basically how much of a certain I forgot what the fucking it was like hydrogen. It was some kind of chemical. It controlled a chemical that went into the water, and the chemical was mainly used for like cleaning the water and yeah. So a little amount of it kept the water clean, but obviously too much of it would make it into poisonous water. And so the main thing about the system was controlling that, how much went in, and making sure that obviously it wasn't too much. And someone was able to hack into that computer, take over that, and then change the amount of what that amount or whatever the amount of the chemical was that went into the water. And the only reason why they got caught is because someone happened to be watching that screen and seeing that the mouse itself was like moving by itself. Mm-hmm. So if it wasn't for that, they even say it would have taken 24 to 36 hours for that tainted wire to hit the system if no one had intervened in the first place. And we kind of speculated about how that person or how this hacker could have possibly gained, their entry into the system. And I've talked about another hack way before this as well that was really big. It affected, not even dozens. It affected hundreds of companies, from the government, private companies, across the board. It was a ginormous hack that basically happened, and that we're also pointing the finger at for being Russian sponsored. But my update to this is that it wasn't because of that. It was actually just the same old hacks, I guess, or not really hacks, but vulnerabilities that affect a lot of companies that we're unaware of, running outdated systems.
Really?
So this was a computer that was running. This was a computer running Windows 7, which has been outdated for the last at least 5 years. Mm-hmm. And even Microsoft itself says that you should not be fucking running this because we don't support it anymore. There's known vulnerabilities for it. And if it's connected to the internet, more than likely someone could find that extremely easily and also exploit it extremely easily. Mm-hmm. So it was just that, I was speculating before because there wasn't a lot of information about this when I first broke this story that, it possible that it could have related back to that big hack that happened for another company that was hacked before this. But it was not that. Yeah, so it had nothing to do with that. It was just the fact that they were running outdated software, and it was easily exploitable. And I think, like a lot of companies that I myself have worked with before, a lot of this just has to do with the fact that they don't update their systems because it runs really important software and important things that are a core thing to this company that they don't have the time, or they don't want to invest the time, they don't want to invest the money to upgrade these systems to make them not only more not susceptible to being hacked, but just updating them for various reasons. This is obviously sodium hydroxide is the chemical that was used to. So in small doses it removes metals from water, but obviously too much it turns water into poison. So that was an update to that. So obviously, I love
the fact. Okay, so like a lot of people don't understand. I'm not saying everyone, obviously. A lot of people don't understand the chemistry of things. It's if you change one thing of like an element like that. So like, let's just say salt. Salt is sodium chloride. Yeah. So that's sodium atom and chloride atom, I believe, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
I'm a little drunk, but get my drift. Then you have sodium dioxide or hydroxide, is what you said?
Yeah.
That is multiple sodium atoms. So there's like dioxide, which is 2 sodium atoms. Hydroxide, I don't remember exactly what that is because drunk. But there's also just sodium by itself is literally like if you throw sodium into water, that's a bomb. That shit explodes. It's flammable. It's so crazy. Like just the minor adjustment of a single element changes the entire chemistry of it, which is why people, scientists are very important. just for them to understand this and be able to control this certain thing. So what we're saying about this specific story is the exact amounts are very important because it's like a certain amount good for the water, good to make sure that you're getting clean water. Just a little bit off and it becomes poison.
Like
you die.
Exactly. And it was only caught because someone happened to be watching the computer, and they caught it with their own eyes.
They found out that it was just a random hacker. Why did they think it was Russia in the first place?
No, so Russian had to do with the other hack that affected like a lot of the other companies. This was a hack that I talked about, where it was a software update that they found out was basically it's called a man in the middle attack. So it was an update that was published by this company. They had no idea that it had been meddled with before, so they obviously pushed it. And once they pushed that update, not knowing that a Russian hacker or Russian-backed hackers had manipulated the software update, it went out, and we still don't know. That hack itself was so big, and it affected so many different people, companies and government agencies. We don't know exactly still, from this day. I mean, that was, I want to say like 2 months ago, 3. I think even before that happened, like in mid 2019, and we just had no idea that it reached that far back because no one had noticed that this code had basically been changed. I mean, this is code that was 20,000 lines, and only 4,000 of them were changed to facilitate this hack. So we still don't know exactly what they got. I mean, all they gained from that was information. They got into these companies and they gained, the highest levels of access that they had possible into these different companies. But as far as we know, like they didn't really, they didn't leave anything behind. They just more than likely took information and it's called, it's just cyber espionage. They took information, but we don't exactly know what they're planning to do with it or if they're planning to do anything with it at all. We still don't know the damage of what that's going to be like. So it's fucking terrifying.
As far as we know, is this one town is the only one that's been affected, correct?
Yeah, this is one town in Florida, and this was not anything to do with that hack that I just talked about with Russia. This is just, as far as we know, they still don't know who the hacker was. They're not pointing fingers at anybody.
They just understand. Very easy. the fact that it was Windows 7.
It's an outdated system.
Well, fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they found the door that was kicked in. That was about it.
Oh, good for them. All right. Next story.
Facebook blocks news in Australia. So this was a story that broke out in this was last week, February 17th. So Facebook, so Australia decided that they're gonna have a new law in place that's saying that if Facebook is gonna point to any,
Jeremy said beer can get fucked up just because of water solubility. This is scary.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Jeremy,
water can make a big difference for sure.
Yeah, it's chemistry, bros. You know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Too much of this.
We walked into Jeremy's fucking kitchen and seen like that little fucking, crazy science machine, like mixing shit.
What's it called? Because I know what it does.
Jeremy, what's it called?
It's a magnet centrifuge type of thing where it like makes the magnet swirl the water so it stirs it. He knows. All right. Yep.
They're just like that's fucking science right there in your kitchen.
Boom, science, bitch.
But yeah, so Australia decided that they were gonna. It's still not in place yet, but they wanted to pass a law saying that if Facebook was gonna link to any news organizations, that they'd have to pay for it. They'd have to basically give these organizations money just for linking from Facebook to these websites. And Facebook obviously fucking hates that. They do not want to do that. Obviously because they don't want to pay any more money for than they have to. They just want to get all the money and all your data. So because of this, they decided that they were going to block any news, and also because of that, just because they decided to block a bunch of different things, that blocked the Facebook website itself from all of Australia. And it also blocked, it also blocked like Google.com inadvertently somehow. Like it just basically caused a bunch of different things to be blocked, that were obviously unintentional, that Facebook says. Stir plate.
I get it's just a stir plate, whatever. But like how I described it was what it was is let's say you put a glass pot. Let's just say that just for the common folk. Glass pot on the metal plate, and then what it does is there's a magnet underneath it that is connected to another magnet that you put in the pot that will constantly rotate. So the magnet underneath it is causing the magnet inside the pot to move and thereby stirring the actual pot. So you're not actually physically stirring it, but you put the magnet inside the pot, you turn the thing on, and then they're underneath the glass pot. That is what's causing it to stir. And I actually think it's really awesome. I kind of want one just for other cooking reasons, but it's good because he uses it with not beakers. What are they called? I knew this when I was in science. Whatever. The things. They're like sciencey things. If you saw them, you know what I mean.
A beaker?
It's not a beaker. A beaker is like it's like a scientific beaker. Whatever. It's like a triangle. You know what I mean? Like cone spout thing. It's not like a. God damn it!
I'm too drunk to know this.
Oh my! Way too drunk. So after first and foremost, I finished the 10.5 beer, and that was nice. It was very barrel aged and good. Then I mixed a champango and a mango hard seltzer, and I'm drinking that, and I'm kind of drunk now.
Yeah, I finished that Twisted Tea, which is gigantic, and then two of these beers, which are 8.2%. So yeah, I'm feeling real good.
I'm feeling good. Nice. All right, next story.
Next story is the last one I have here about NVIDIA. So NVIDIA has decided that they're going to basically handicap their newest video card coming out called the 3060. So for anybody who hasn't really kept up, obviously, with graphics cards, the latest graphics cards released from NVIDIA, starting from, I believe, November 2019, have basically been impossible to get. So a glass flask. Thanks, Jeremy. The flask.
Cassius, get in the flask. Dad is falling apart in hell.
It's some kind of demon juice. Super devil juice.
Some kind of super devil juice. Yeah, Dad gave it to me. Little Nicky is so underrated as far as an Adam Sandler film. I love Little Nicky.
Yeah,
I will go back to that movie over Jack and Jill any day.
Oh yeah, Jack and Jill. I don't know if I'd even have an argument for that.
Well, okay. What I'm trying to think of what's in the same realm, but like I think most people's top Adam Sandler comedies will go comedies just because I mean Click and Punch Drunk Love are in a different category in my opinion because he's great in those. Like Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore are probably the top two that will ever come up. Yeah. I want to say Little Nicky is underrated in the fact that I hear people give it so much shit, but I fucking love that movie. I love Little Nicky. I love it. I don't know about as much as The Water Boy, but it's around the same area. So like that would be my top 4, in my opinion, of Adam Sandler comedies.
Yeah,
Happy Gilmore, and Billy Madison, Waterboy, and Little Nicky. Come at me.
Yeah, I feel like at least like for our friend group, like the movie that we quote the most would probably be like Little Nicky and maybe like Billy Madison.
I definitely love Billy Madison more than Happy Gilmore. I'll say that. I would give money. I know he's not here, but I would give money that Ryan's the opposite. I think he likes Happy Gilmore more than Billy Madison.
Yeah.
Little Nicky was, dude. People hate on Little Nicky, and I'm like, I fucking love this movie. It's amazing.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised to find that too.
Yeah, but either way, I remember because it also has a part like in me growing up as a kid when it came out and it was on pay-per-view when you could just order it by using your remote, and I didn't understand what that meant. I was like 10 years old. I ordered it about 7 times just to watch it over and over again. And then my parents got the bill and they were pissed.
Yeah, it was like a $10 movie. And they're like, "Why do we owe $70 fucking for Little Nicky?"
Because of Kidhead. That's why.
Nice.
But yeah, love it.
All right. Well, back to my story. So obviously, NVIDIA is has been making graphics cards. They released this new. It's called the 3000 series just this past year, and ever since they released those, it's actually been practically impossible to get. I mean, unless you get either extremely lucky or you have like an actual like bot that you've like hired or paid for. It's been pretty much impossible to get any of these new graphics cards.
Is that the one my brother's been trying to get?
Yeah. No, actually, he's trying to get. So that's an AMD CPU. Another thing. Yeah. So so AMD also released CPUs this past year. Not CPUs, GPUs, two different things, but both extremely hard to get. Just proving the fact that people, even in the pandemic.
I was gonna say, do you think that the actual demand for them is because of the pandemic and so many people are inside and building computers?
Yeah, I mean that's really people's like first guess of like why this is going so fast. But another reason why there's been such a big demand for these cards is because a lot of again cryptocurrency is going back into being valued at very high values. So
yeah, I've been hearing a lot of stuff.
So we not only have Bitcoin, which is, I think a lot of people know that cryptocurrency obviously by name,
the most famous.
We also, being the most famous, but we also have Ethereum now, which has jumped, almost going as high as not as high as Bitcoin, but gaining the popularity and gaining just as much as value.
What are you hearing as far as what is out there? Because I actually haven't heard of Ethereum. Is that it?
Ethereum, yeah.
There's Dogecoin, and then there was another one that Gary V just started talking about, which I was like, why are there so many different new?
There are a ton of cryptocurrencies,
and the whole thing is that like they're not different. Everything that you have is exactly what that is. It is a thing. A thing. that
that has value for some reason.
Value. So, like,
Yeah.
if you open up your wallet, all those pieces of paper are the same pieces of paper, but because what is written on them, different value.
Right.
You know, these different rocks that are shiny, different value.
Yeah, and that's the thing that kind of like confuses people the most when it comes to cryptocurrency, because there's nothing like
tangibility. It's not tangible.
Yeah, it's not tangible. You don't see a number on a piece of paper that says how much this is. It's just what you go onto the internet and see its value at the current time. So that's been the biggest problem with trying to get these graphics cards. And now NVIDIA, in an effort to sort of make these graphics cards, they're what they're saying is that they want the gamers who obviously want these graphics cards, they want to try to get these graphics cards in the hands of these gamers without going straight to the people who are mining, whatever cryptocurrency they're currently trying to mine. Mm-hmm. So for this new graphics card coming out called the 3060, they are handicapping it by software that if they detect any sort of mining for it, you're not going to get that, the same amount of power input that you're getting, or I guess output, from a card that you would, that it would normally put out. If they detect that you're trying to mine cryptocurrency, it's getting, halved by 50%. So they're making it invaluable to people who are trying to mine, whatever cryptocurrency they're trying to mine.
Yeah.
But it's only through software. So, I mean, a lot of people are saying that this is easily hackable. There's obviously ways around it that people are probably going to find no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest thing about it, though, is that the fact that so they're making these graphics cards, the 3060s, and then they also announced that in an effort to get these crypto people to get another graphics card, they're making another one specifically only for mining this cryptocurrency. So they're using, obviously the valuable time and effort that they have to not only, not focus on, the graphics cards that they can't make enough of, that the time that they go up on sale on any website, they sell out within minutes.
Yeah.
Now they're going to focus on another one that's probably going to sell out just as quickly. And now, it's only made obviously for mining cryptocurrency. So everyone is just kind of up in arms, like, why the fuck are you trying to even cater to these people when really, you should be focusing on getting this, the cards that we want in our hands.
Yeah.
So it's just been it's been really just something after the other when it comes to these different products that when it comes to computers, whether it's CPUs or GPUs, I mean, it's actually been really interesting to see how popular they are and just how quickly they're being sold out, no matter what they are.
Yeah, very interesting. People saying that they've been trying in our chat for sure. So okay, what do you need a brand new system to try this stuff? What you said, this is the top level of NVIDIA's stuff. Why would one, yes, you can obviously bypass it and hack it, but I mean, why wouldn't people just buy right below that level?
So the main reason being is that they're not efficient. They're not as powerful as NVIDIA sort of gets, as they get more powerful, whatever they have in their newest graphics cards. So they have better memory in there. They have better, even graphics cards have their own processors in them as well. As time gets on and they have newer things, they're getting better and better. Especially when it comes to one of the biggest things for miners is the fact that they want something that's going to be take up the less amount of heat and the less amount of power, because the more power that any process is going to be taken, they're going to be paying for that power, in money. So what you want to do is when you're mining, especially, is you want to differentiate the output that you're putting for the amount of power that you're putting into the process to the amount of money you're making into it, right? You don't want the power, you don't want the amount of power you're breaking in being more expensive than the amount that you're coming in. I mean, you're not making any money.
Yeah.
So that's been the main thing when it comes to cryptocurrency mining, is that in the years before this, that those cards that were being used to mine this cryptocurrency, there's a lot of misinformation about those cards being not as good if they were being resold. But really, if the person who was mining the cryptocurrency knew what they were doing, they more than likely undervolted the card so it wasn't running at full power at all, and they were keeping whatever, whatever in whatever room it was or whatever atmosphere, they were keeping it extremely cool.
Mhm.
So those cards were being resold, as things got better, they would buy the next graphics cards that was even better and reselling those cards even cheaper, making gamers who, wanted to save a couple dollars or two, or not even a couple dollars, more than that, they'd buy a used card that was used for mining that was just undervolted and wasn't used at 100%. So they'd be getting a card that was probably better than, any other used card was, because these people took a lot of good care of it. They undervolted it. They kept it, way cool.
Yeah.
And you'd be getting it for hundreds of dollars less than you would be buying it brand new.
Yeah.
And now that the fact that NVIDIA is sort of kneecapping that, and then also having a card that, wouldn't only going to be used for cryptocurrency, not used for anything else.
Yeah.
It's really sort of pissing people off that, they're just obviously trying to make $1 or $2 extra on something completely different when they shouldn't, if you're going to buy a card, I mean, obviously it's a problem that you can't, keep up with the demand for it, but you're someone who buying this card for whatever reason that they want, and they're not being, they can't use it for whatever reason that they want to. It's either gaming or nothing at all, basically.
Yes.
So it's just a really shitty thing to do. I mean, they're kneecapping not only just the people who are trying to crypto mine, but also the fact that if they wanted to resell it, they're just obviously they're trying to make money. I mean, that's really when it comes down to any any company. They're trying to make a buck where they can see fit, and really what they should be focusing on is getting the cards that obviously are in high demand.
Yeah.
So it's real shitty. It's just a real shitty thing that they're trying to, and they're trying to be like, oh, we're for the gamers. We want the gamers to get this card, but in reality, it's like, okay, well, when you look into the details, it's actually like you don't really give a fuck.
We're for the miners.
Yeah. So fucking NVIDIA, man, shitty.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'll be honest. Like at its core, this is capitalism.
Yeah,
and I'm not giving a judgment either way. I mean, myself being someone who is very much about like okay, I get the rules and I'll play by the rules and then I'll take advantage of the rules is one thing. But it's like, I mean, if I'm all about choice, me personally. So yeah, for the NVIDIA, if they're going to do this, I'm like, all right, I will make that choice then. Do I want to continue to support this company or not? And that's literally the decision that has to be made with something like this, where they make a shitty decision for certain people. And, do you want to do it or not? It's your choice. I like that aspect of capitalism in that sense, just because I'm a very big person as far as goes of choice. But yeah, I see where you're coming from, of course. Shitty. But I mean, if you don't like it.
And really the only other company that sort of is anywhere in, as far as competition goes is AMD, who not only creates CPUs, but also they also have their own graphics cards.
And I have a combination in my computer, yeah.
Yeah, so we don't have, they haven't announced anything yet. They have their own graphics cards, which are also, they just released, around the same time that they did was sort of as NVIDIA released these new graphics cards as well. They haven't said anything as well as they haven't said anything that they're going to cripple their cards digitally or not. So we don't know. But I mean, NVIDIA really has been the only ones that, as far as crypto miners go, like they've been the ones that they're sought at for whatever. I'm not too sure whatever reason. Maybe for some reason they seem to be better for it than AMD. But I think this is also going to get the people who like us, who even though you only want a game on them. I mean, if they're more available and they're just as good, I would totally support AMD as well if I had the opportunity to. But I mean, like anything else, it's just really hard to get any new thing that's been released within this past year and about in the last 6 months.
Yeah. True.
So, yeah, we'll see how time goes, but this seems to be a really misstep for NVIDIA.
We'll see if it has any big effect on them. If not, we'll see.
Yeah.
Do you have any other stories?
That is it for me.
That is also it for me. I also want to go ahead and say thank you to Mr. Ryan D, who graced us with his presence, of course. You guys I mean, if you've tuned into this show for a while, it's us three buddies, like really just kind of catching up on our lives, especially since the pandemic. It's a thing that we don't really get to do, and we love the fact that we can do it in a public format with our friends, with you all who are watching and or listening. It's a great thing. We invite you to please, whenever you want, just join the chat. We're gonna start doing more stuff, doing live things. We just like to be out here for you and entertain you, of course. Ricky C, do you have anything to plug right now? No.
Nope.
No, it's all
Catch
good.
me on this show every week.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun place to be. For me, you can follow me everywhere in the description, of course. Unfortunately, I have a few different handles because of how social media is, but it's a form of Garrett Lee or Garrett AM Lee. Check that out. And join me on Stereo, of course. We'll have some conversations there. That'd be fun. And then next week, we will be back with some guests. I already have people talking to me about that. I was hoping to have someone this week, but it just didn't work out. Next week, we will most likely have a guest. Of course, we want to keep that conversation going, and hopefully, we will soon have the world back closer to normal. We would love that. Love that. Thank you very much. Yeah. And just remember one thing, if at all, from this episode.
Everything.
Ryan D.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hit it already. Media.